Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of The Road to Doomsday, our rewatch podcast where we go through the entire filmography of the Marvel Cinematic Universe while we approach the release of Avengers Doomsday. I am your host for today, Connor Mercer, and I'm joined by Trevor Evans.
Hey.
And Francesco LaPuma.
Hello, hello.
Today, we're going to be watching Captain America. Well, oops. We've already watched Captain America, the First Avenger.
No, watch it today again.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch it.
We're going to watch it right now.
I'm going to rewatch it. We're going to rewatch it after this and then not make any corrections. That's just for our benefit.
Honestly, it's a good movie.
It's a
Why
great
not?
movie. I honestly like it.
I'll go home and watch it again right after this. Screw it.
Now, I don't know if it's because we've seen a whole bunch of Marvel movies like back to back to back to back. I didn't love it as much as I remember. I still think it's a really good movie. Really? I may just be burned out, but I remember going into like Hulk and Thor and be like, these are going to be okay, and then liking them more than I remember. But with Cap, it was like, well, you know, some parts could be a little better. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. It's probably burnout. I hope it's not. There's a lot of movies, and we have a long way to go.
You know, I feel the complete opposite from you.
I was just about to say
this movie was a breath of fresh air to me. I don't know why. It was really good. Like I was taken aback about how much.
I still really like the movie.
No, yeah, I get it.
I remember whenever I'd watch it, like however many years ago, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it. And stuff like this, it's like, well, I mean, shouldn't they be speaking German? We don't really see a lot of the period piece. We get like 5 minutes in New York, and then it's like the war. And that makes sense, but it doesn't really feel like as much as a period piece as I would like it to.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's cool that the Hydra has like the laser guns and all that, but on the other hand, it's World War II.
Very out of place.
It's very out of place. The characterizations of everyone is on point. I have no complaints with that. It's just stuff like the pacing and well, I mean, the setting, if I say it's the setting, you're going to think I don't mean what I think I mean. It's not taken advantage of as much as I would have liked the setting.
I get it. Yeah.
like of World War II.
Specifically like 40s America,
that
40s
time
Europe.
frame, yeah.
Okay.
We get like 10 minutes in New York, and then it's off to war, and that's just like
The woods.
the woods. Like you can go to the woods today and be like, wow, America, Captain.
There's one scene, actually, that reminds me a lot of Age of Ultron when they're fighting in the forest. And I was going to bring that up, but you bring the forest thing up, and it's probably a similarity. You know when Cap throws his shield at the guy hiding in the tree?
Yes.
And he falls? That scene in the beginning where it's just soldiers in the fog reminded me a lot of Age of Ultron.
Like the beginning?
Like the beginning.
Yeah, I know exactly what I wasn't thinking about that, but I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, that's pretty on point, actually.
So it's like how we skipped movies.
Yeah, but I mean,
I thought I was watching Captain America.
There's another point I could make. It's like they're both the woods in Europe.
That's what I was saying. I was tying them together.
But I don't want to understate the fact that I still think it's a really good movie. Steve is a fantastic main character. I really like Steve.
I like Steve Rogers.
He doesn't feel like the perfect everyman. He does feel like a guy who just happens to be a really good person.
And I think
he tries his best.
Yes.
That's the most interesting thing watching all these back to back, because Tony Stark is not the perfect man. No. Thor is very egotistical, and Hulk's got a bit of an issue there.
Yeah. I mean, if we put them all together, Captain America, Steve is definitely like the best person there.
Yeah,
obviously.
I think that's what this makes. For me, this movie stands out so much against all the other ones.
He's the quintessential hero.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
he's a lot of murdering.
Well, it's a war.
They are Nazis, and it is war.
It is war. I mean, he's not like Spider-Man, where I can't kill anybody because that's bad. No, he understands. For thousands of years, people have understood that. Yeah, it's not fun.
I
but
know.
It has to happen.
I was just mentioning it because I was like,
I say has to happen very loosely.
I know. Yeah.
But that's just something that we've been doing forever. That's just humanity in general. I can't imagine he's thrilled about it. He does say early on, "I don't want to kill anyone. Yeah. I don't like bullies." But he understands that in war, it has to be done.
Yeah.
But another thing I really like about him is that he is just a guy. Like, he's joking around with his comrades. He buys them the beer, et cetera, et cetera. He doesn't just feel like he's too good for anybody.
He doesn't lose his personality.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
he's just a guy who happens to be Captain America, and I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
Down to earth.
Exactly. So the movie. How about the movie? It opens in the middle of somewhere.
The Arctic?
Ice. The Arctic ice.
There's an ice cap.
I almost said the North Pole.
There's
I guess
no
it's
ice
probably
up
pretty close to the North Pole, but that's not
but
the
the
point.
the actual true North Pole is over water.
Yeah, but Santa's workshop. Is he Aquaman? All right, I know.
You mean Namor?
Sure. DC Marvel. What's the difference? I'm kidding. Anyway, they find this giant thing in the ice. They call it in, and it's this ginormous plane from
How
World
soon can
War
we
II.
crane this thing out?
You're gonna need one hell of a crane. So they laser their way into it with this fancy zoom cut thing that opens the ceiling. They jump in. They look around, and what do they find?
Ice.
Captain America's shield.
Oh, they rub some ice first, but then they.
Okay, yeah, but they find the freaking shield.
I know,
That's
I'm just ruining your moment. I'm just ruining your moment, dude.
we have fun here. They find the shield. They're like, we gotta call this in. It's like, it's 3 a.m. I don't care what time it is. This one's waited long enough.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Cut to black. Cut to Norway, 1942. It was 42, right?
Yes.
Yep.
1942. Johann Schmidt is making, what do they call it? An incursion into Norway to find the Tesseract.
Indeed.
I can't do all this on my own, guys. I need help.
Well, I literally was about to open. If you looked at me, my mouth was wide open.
Okay. Johann Schmidt, Tesseract, have fun.
Yeah, I like how they find it in the World Tree, the Yggdrasil. Yeah, like how it's hidden in
Well,
one of the
there's a lot of
snake eye of the
Thor talk in this scene. I thought it was pretty
there
cool.
really was. Because I think they're figuring out that like, well, I guess they're not figuring out. We're figuring out that
We're learning.
that the history of the Earth is definitely rooted in a lot of Norse mythology.
Well, there's a higher
and it's
power.
true, and that there's a higher,
Higher power
Just-
world
so, like
elsewhere.
There's magic that we call magic there's science that we call magic.
Yeah.
Basically.
One thing that I like to think about is obviously between that scene and like everything that happens moving forward from like 1942 to present, the Tesseract has moved around a lot.
Oh yeah.
You got to think about when Thor and Odin and everybody left it behind, it probably sat there untouched for like those 900 years, without a doubt. Which is kind of funny to think about because it's like, oh, nothing forever, and then all of a sudden, Germany, the ocean, New York, space, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it's still possible that it was moving around a little.
Maybe
bit.
like inside of Norway, but I can't
Yeah.
imagine it was going very far.
No. It was probably like, hey, hide this away somewhere in Norway. We can't. No public eye, no nothing. This can't be. Because what I think was probably happening was similar to what happened at the end. People were touching it and getting whisked away.
They were like, okay, let's stop touching it, guys.
Yeah.
Put it in a box. Hide the box.
Don't look
hide
at
the
it.
room that has
Don't
the box.
even look at it.
It's not meant for mortal men.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
I think that's the thing he says.
Not
Schmidt-
mortal eyes.
Schmidt wants it.
Well, yeah.
Schmidt wants it, and
He's no mortal man.
he's the superior man as he is referred to.
It's the power of gods.
And then he blows up the town.
Yeah, he's like, show me where it is, and I won't blow up anyone.
So they do it.
Oh,
and
you
then
showed me where it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay, blow up the town. Classic Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, in this
Hydra.
case, Hydra. But like, I think what they're trying to go for is like, hey, these guys, Hydra,
These guys don't dick around.
They don't dick around, and they're worse than Nazis.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I mean, they
that's
get-
really what they're trying to get through this entire movie.
Later on in the movie, the Nazi generals or whoever they are say that he hasn't delivered a rifle in over a year. So that was they've already definitely split off. Like for a while.
He's
Well,
split off.
he split off.
You
yeah.
know what I like?
Well, I mean,
like,
Hydra specifically.
No, like they don't claim independence until the end when they get the energy weapon and kill all the.
Well, let me rephrase. He's made the decision a long time ago.
That he wasn't gonna be.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's not what you said.
Okay, well, I could have phrased it better. You know what?
Yes.
That's exactly what I said. I don't like you. Get out of here.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Get on out of here.
You're not invited to my Chuck E. Cheese party.
Get on out of here and go to New York, which is the next scene.
That is the next scene.
It is, yes.
We meet little boy Steve Rogers.
They're watching the movie, right? Well,
No, it's him in the enlistment.
Oh, that's right. He's getting enlisted. He's trying to get enlisted.
Yes.
And
4F.
this is your part to shine. What illnesses and etc.
yes.
does he have? You have this written down.
He has a summary of patient health issues: asthma, scarlet fever, rheumatic fever. There's so many. Sinusitis, chronic or frequent colds, high blood pressure, palpitation or pounding in heart, easy fatigability, heart trouble, nervous trouble of any sort, has had household contact with tuberculosis, parent/sibling with diabetes. It's just so, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lines.
And then there's the fact that he's like skinny as fuck.
Oh my
This guy's
God.
built like a twig.
I think we have to talk about the CGI.
Yeah.
It
I was
still
waiting.
looks really good.
It looks a little uncanny, I think.
Honestly, I didn't think so.
I mean, around the neck area and
Yeah.
the chin. That was my only problem. It
I
took
honestly
me out
didn't
of
notice
every
anything.
scene.
I didn't
I think
notice
it's very
anything.
It's
It's
very
very
hard.
apparent.
It's very hard knowing what he looks like and then seeing this, but I still think it looks fine.
Honestly,
They
I was
did a great
looking. I was
job with
looking
it.
for issues and I couldn't find.
I still think it's a
anything.
little uncanny though.
It's a little.
I think
weird
I think it might only be
around his
uncanny if you know
jawline.
what he looks like
Yeah.
and you know the process. Because like they shot each scene with small Steve like 6 times with like different people and different
Oh, yeah,
stand-ins.
yeah.
So maybe if you know about that, it might look uncanny because you're expecting something else. But like from at least where I was sitting, I couldn't notice anything. I thought it looked really good. Like that's probably some of Marvel's best VFX.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's just where I'm standing. That's just how
I just around his chin line bothered me. Did it
I
bother
didn't
you?
notice it. I really didn't.
Francesco, did it bother you? It kind of bothered me
A little bit, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, this guy's small. He's skinny.
And he's got some bad stats.
He's got some bad
Bad
stats. He's given the 4F
Dude's
rating.
90 pounds or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, I think it said that somewhere. Oh no, yeah. The was it the colonel or the general? What's his
Yeah,
rank?
he was Joe. You sent me something. It was 90
You said you
pounds.
gave me a 90-pound asthmatic onto my army base.
Yeah.
I'd let it slide. You'd be something like it. I don't know. He there was a marble quip in there.
but he gets denied at this point.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely
he gets the
1,000%.
4F.
4F. Don't come anywhere near the army base, or we'll be mad at you. So he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movies now, right? He
then he goes to the
He
movies,
goes to
yeah.
the show. They're showing the movie before the movie, which is the
Hey, enlist
like a
now.
propaganda.
It's
Well,
probably
yeah,
it's
but
like
what's
war
the
propaganda.
the newsreel? It's a newsreel. It's a that's probably not a newsreel,
It's not a
but it's a reel.
newsreel per se, but it's like a reel of the war.
It's a
going
war
on.
reel, I guess
Yeah.
you'd say. But it's
people-
not like the movie that they came for.
No,
It's
they
just
came
something
for like
before.
a cartoon.
Well, that would I hate that I'm doing this to you. I'm sorry, but that's the stuff they would have played before the movie. I know today they just kind of play them. It's just ads and then the movie. But back in the day, they'd have like a bunch of stuff before the movie. Like that's where the term B movie comes from. Like sometimes they just play 2 movies.
Well, I was okay. Well, I was just saying.
I know what
'cause
you're
the
saying.
guy
Yeah.
says saying, "Get to the cartoon."
This is not what they paid
that's
for.
what I
This
was
is not what they
re-
paid for.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of stuff before the movie, and one guy's getting really impatient because he doesn't care about the war, and he's like, "Shut that stupid thing off! Put on the other stuff. Put on the cartoon." And everyone is just kind of like being awkward about it, like, "Oh, I don't really want to do anything," but this guy's being kind of a jackass. And then Steve finally goes, "Hey, you want to shut up?" The guy stands up. He's like 12 feet tall.
He looks 12 feet tall.
It doesn't even. It just hard cuts to Steve getting his ass beat in the gutters.
I think it is important to mention that Steve wants to join the army and he like wants to be supportive of his nation. So I think obviously this guy's
He's very, very patriotic.
yeah. This guy's being very annoying, but it's also like dissing his own country in a sense. I'm like
He's dissing
Like
the army.
there's
and
people
then-
crying
Yeah.
in that theater. You can see like there's definitely people in that theater whose family members have died in that war.
I think
recently.
it's important to mention that as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, then Steve gets beat up.
hard cut to Steve getting his ass beat in the gutter.
He keeps getting up. And
He grabs the shield, the trash can
It's not a
lid.
shield. He grabs a
He
trash
uses it as a
can
shield. I could do this all day. Immediately ripped from his hands.
day.
One more punch, and then
his buddy Bucky.
Bucky shows up.
Bucky.
Best character in the whole franchise.
Bucky.
Probably. I like
Sebastian
Bucky. He's great.
Stan.
James Barnes to the rescue.
Not James Rhodes Barnes.
That's
Buchanan. James Buchanan Barnes.
Yeah,
That's
there
his
you go.
name.
There you go.
I want to know why in universe they named him James Buchanan Barnes, because James Buchanan was one of like the most unpopular presidents in history. So unless he had like a family member who was also named James Buchanan,
I don't know.
like Buchanan was the guy that started the Civil War. So that's like how unpopular.
Well, isn't
this
that
guy
ironic?
was. It is kind of funny. like out of universe, they had to have known that. So why the hell would they name him?
Maybe it's an homage.
Maybe, I don't know. It's a pretty weird homage. I mean, maybe what if it was like
No, maybe the creators were giving an homage
to James Buchanan, guy who started the Civil War?
because I mean, in a sense, Bucky started a civil war.
I guess so.
So,
But also, when I don't know if that was his name in the comics, but when Bucky was written in the comics, they were not thinking about the Winter Soldier.
well, I'm no.
So God knows what his name was in the comics. But anyway, Bucky shows up and he 1-2 kicks the bully. He runs off,
Why you
picks
pick on
Steve
some
up
of your
right
own
off the
size?
ground, and is like, "We're going to the future." Foreshadowing. But they're actually going to. Were you about to say
I'm going to
something?
say this is Bucky's last day before he shipped
This
out.
is his last day.
Yeah.
He tells Steve, "We're going to the future," and it's the
Because
Stark
he shows
Expo.
up in uniform.
Yeah.
And
And-
so yeah.
He's part of the 107th.
The
and he's
107th.
shipping out to.
Oh, and you know what? I completely forgot about this. When Steve is at the enlistment office, he's trying to get into the 107th. He says that his
Yes.
father was in it. That we don't know if it was a lie. It probably was a lie, but he wants to get into the 107th because Bucky's in the 107th.
Yes. He wants to
then-
be with his
And
buddy.
then they go to the Stark Expo.
Yes, the World Expo 1943.
The World Expo,
World
1947.
Expo.
It's Stark's there.
Yes, Howard Stark.
Howard Stark
does
is at the expo,
make an
showing off the
entrance.
flying car that we never got. God damn it, Stark! You had one job.
Well, he said it might take a couple years.
Yeah, but it's like, what year is it now? 2025, and we don't have a fucking flying car. I saw a video of.
Actually, we do.
I saw
Watch
a
Agents
video
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
of a flying car on YouTube in like 2010, and it's not
Watch-
publicly available.
Watch Agents. Well, they're not really that practical, and
Yeah,
they're
but, like,
called helicopters.
They're called manned drones. They have drones that are shaped like
Okay,
cars.
there's also those too.
That's what. I want a car. I want a flying car. I fucking hate traffic.
They're not practical.
Howard Stark, you dirtbag! Give me my goddamn
But,
flying car.
Like we do in universe get flying cars. Watch
in
Agents,
Agents
of
of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shield, but like, isn't that like 60 years later? Is this a spoiler?
Oh
okay,
my
then we're walking away from that.
God.
The
We're walking
World
away.
Exposition of
The
Tomorrow.
World Exposition of Tomorrow.
You
Howard
said
Stark
where
is
were
there.
they?
Howard Stark is. I just want to quickly note it looks really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's based on the Real World Expo that happened in Flushing Meadows, but it's also like Iron Man 2. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the Stark
That's
Expo.
why I thought it was the Stark Expo.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And I do want to note, there's like a pan shot, and you see the synthetic man in like a capsule thing, who is the original Human Torch. Sorry, just want to mention
No, that's a good thing to mention. I
Yes.
forgot about that.
That's pretty cool.
little cameo there.
Jamie, pull that video up.
Well, I do want to note Steve and Bucky come here with two ladies.
Yeah,
It's a
Bucky,
double date.
double
that
date.
Steve is just not really. Well, he
I mean,
tries.
he
he tries
kind of-
offering the
He
peanut.
has different priorities.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
he wants to get off to war. Bucky, his friend Bucky's going. You know, it's
What's
like,
his last day? I
Also, he was just kind of set up on a date when he.
But this lady
he had
has no interest in him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
Like, he
even
had no
remotely.
interest in his buddy's. Like, come on, dude, we're gonna go get laid. Like, what?
Steve's like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out for me.
No,
I'm like 4 feet tall over here. Go, have your fun.
so we see the Howard Stark flying car, which unfortunately doesn't go all too well.
I
Kind
would
of
have loved to fly.
plops down.
say a couple years, didn't I? As he wipes his brow of sweat.
So the crowd's looking at that, and Steve eventually just kind of walks away, and he approaches.
There's
like,
another enlistment room at the
it's
expo.
Not it's like a statue, like a cutout thing you can stand on.
Wait, but that
goes
whole booth was like you
Yeah.
can enlist there.
I just want to know because it kind of reminded me of Mike Wazowski, of him like
Oh,
being
yeah.
short, looking in the
I
thing.
can't believe it. I'm on TV. I love Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I mean this is an enlistment booth, and so Steve is there, and Bucky eventually comes in. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Bucky's like, why are you
trying
trying to
again?
get enlisted? You've done this a million times. You're gonna either
done
get
this 4
caught
other times.
or accepted, and both would be horrible. And Steve's like, come on, dude, I want to do this. I got no right to do any less than them. And
You're
Bucky's
going
like,
off. Why can't I?
because I'm the host. Oh, I thought you. I thought you were talking to me.
What?
You're
No.
going off.
No.
Oops. We're not live, are we?
No,
I'm sorry.
I was trying. You said you can't do this all on your own.
I know.
was trying to
I know.
help.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oops.
So as Bucky and Steve are
arguing, we see a face that's kind of watching their conversation.
The good doctor.
Yeah.
not the good doctor, but a good doctor.
Yeah, a very nice,
good doctor.
a very nice doctor who I really like.
Yes, and I just want to note that as Bucky leaves, he says he's taking all the stupid with him. Or Bucky
Don't
said,
do anything stupid while I'm gone. And Steve
How
says,
could I?
How could I?
You're taking all the stupid with you.
There we go.
They hug. They leave
And this is the last time they see each other for a while.
for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. But obviously in the background there's a doctor looking on.
Yep.
So then Steve
Watch the whole thing.
he watched the whole conversation. So then Steve goes into the enlistment room trying to
Get one more shot at
Yeah.
fighting the war.
Then the two doctors come in, and eventually they're pulled out of the room. And Steve's like getting a little nervous because Bucky warned him
He's about to make a run for it
Yeah.
because he thinks he's going to get arrested. And then this guy
Because
shows
he looks
up.
at a sign that's like,
It is illegal
it's
to lie on
yeah.
your enlistment form. This big soldier comes in guarding the exit. Steve's like, Then I'm sorry. I've been.
Dr. Abraham Ernstine?
Thank you. I was delaying it for as long as possible because I couldn't remember.
I don't know if that's how you
freaking
pronounce
name.
his name, but
it was Dr. Erskine, I think.
Erskine.
But I couldn't
Erskine or
remember it for
something,
the
yeah.
life of me. I'm very bad with names. Who are you?
The minute I wipe my eyes, you're talking to me. Of course.
Answer the question. Who are you?
I'm Trevor.
Oh, okay. That's right. I knew that. Moving on. So Dr. Erskine shows up and asks him, "You want to kill some Nazis?" And he's like, "I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies." And Dr. Erskine's like, "Yep, you're the guy."
He's a representative of the Strategic Scientific Reserve.
Yes,
which
the
is-
SSR.
SSR.
And he's basically like, "You're the guy. 1A. Join me."
1A.
Lex
Yeah.
Luthor. 1A.
You took
1A.
There's not a lot of numbers in this one, and you took my only job, Connor.
A1.
A1.
Doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't.
No.
From there, so obviously Steve's now he's enlisted. He's ready
He's now
to go.
officially
Yes, he's
a soldier in
officially
training.
Yes.
And then we head over to the Hydra Alps, their secret base up in the mountain, where we see Johann Schmidt in his secret base with his assistant, Dr. Arnim Zola.
Is this the part where he's getting his picture painted, or later on?
Oh.
This is right. They just got the Tesseract now.
That's right. They just now
They're testing out the big
are
laser.
testing out the big laser.
Yes.
Well, actually, what they're doing specifically, if I'm remembering correctly, is they're trying to take some of the, I guess you'd call it electricity from the Tesseract,
the energy of it.
Yeah, they're trying to
to
use it to
charge
power
the
things.
batteries of the room.
Yeah.
Or the batteries in the machines, I should say. And what do they think he says energy transference.
Yeah.
So it's not running, it's not like hard plugged into the Tesseract. It's sapping power from the Tesseract
powering
to
it
be
with it.
used remotely.
Yes.
So they start up the transference. The Zola, I almost forgot his fucking name. I'm so bad with names. There's a lot of characters in this movie. Zola slowly brings the machine up to power.
To 70%.
The 70% stops there, and Schmidt's like, "I have not come all this way for safety, doctor." Light bulbs popping everywhere, sparks flying, and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the thing? It probably would have worked a whole lot better if he just increased it slowly. It probably wouldn't have sparked as much as it
I think
did.
Zola
I mean,
wanted
it
to
worked,
stop there,
didn't it?
Though. I think that was the thing.
Yeah, but like if he just turned the dial, I know the point. It was to just
He's impatient.
yank it, and he's impatient. But what if he increased it slowly?
As opposed
I
to
think-
stopping at 70?
Yeah, as opposed to stopping at 70.
It's not the
And
power. The
instead
weapons
of-
would not have been like 70% powerful. It would have
No,
just
no,
taken
no, no,
longer
no, no.
to charge.
No, I'm
That's
not
why
saying
Schmidt was like,
70.
"You got to do it now."
Like I'm saying, like he
They
just
could've kept going
turns
with
the
it.
dial quickly at the end.
Yeah.
What if
Well,
he
he
kept
says
going
specifically,
slowly with it?
"I have not come all this way for safety." He wants it
yes.
done. He wants it done
Yes.
now.
That's not the
He was
point I'm
probably
trying to
looking
say.
for the Tesseract for a while. So now that he had it, he wanted to get it done as soon
Yes.
as possible.
Yes, that's not the point I was trying to make, but it
I
doesn't
don't. I
matter.
honestly don't get your point. He's Johann
It's
Schmidt.
fair. It's
he wants.
fair.
He wants results, and he wants them
No,
now.
I'm just saying that I would,
He's the
regardless
red
of him.
fucking skull.
I'm saying the machine might have worked perfectly well without the explosive
We all
energy.
kind of figured
If
that.
he turned the dial up past 70 slowly, like he did 270.
Yeah, but the drama.
Exactly.
I know.
It's a movie. It's a
I
marble.
know.
He's the red
I
skull.
was making
he
a
means
nitpicky thing
business.
because it thought
That's
it was
a weird
funny.
thing to nitpick.
Well, I like numbers,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna talk about the numbers.
70.
It's the only number in the freaking movie.
1A is a number.
Yeah, you took that from me.
That's the idea, bub.
All right, go on with your hostly duties.
Every time a number pops up in Avengers, I'm gonna wait until he's about to say something.
I'll
and then
quote
say
the
it.
entire fucking movie.
That's
you
gonna
don't
be the
stop
next
me, I will
episode.
be
It's just
quoting
him.
the movie.
It's just him
I-
quoting the movie.
I quoted the after credit scene because it's in the movie.
I'm so proud of you. So anyway, the power of the Tesseract is now in all of their weapons.
Yes. This
This will change the war.
No.
Dr. Zola. This will change the world.
very, very nice. And then we go to the camp.
The Camp Lehigh.
Lehigh, yeah.
Yep.
We see all the soldiers.
All the soldiers, and then Steve's just down there, the little guy, small fry
We meet Agent Peggy Carter.
of the British. What is she from? They mention what she's from. I know it's the SSR, but like, what British, not company, organization is she from?
All I know is that she's a part of.
Well, she's part of the SSR.
Shield.
She's part of the. She becomes Shield.
She's Shield.
But she's from something. I thought
You're
they
right.
mentioned it in the movie. She's
They
not MI6.
do.
What is she from? I don't know. You don't know? I thought
Well,
you-
MI6 is mentioned at one point.
yeah, but that's like their contact in MI6.
Yes.
It just says the SSR.
The SSR. She's a British agent.
Yes.
Working for the SSR, working for the army, who
Could have just been like British representative of the SSR or something.
well, she's an agent. I guess so.
This
you
is a
could be right about
former
that.
agent of MI5.
MI5.
maybe-
They definitely don't mention MI5 in the movie, so maybe that was in the TV show mentioned
It
like
could be,
once.
I don't know. Regardless, she's
Or
introduced.
maybe it was MI5 that they mentioned.
They do no, they mentioned MI6 in the movie, but that's like later on saying
Yeah.
we're taking the fight to Hydra.
Agent Carter's introduced.
Exactly. Thank you.
She's
Agent
Santa-
Carter's introduced. There's this this big boyish 1940s
Hodge is in
Hodge making fun of women. She punches him right in the face.
Oh my god, I fucking wanted to do that earlier.
It was kind of funny though, especially with what happens
I
afterwards.
didn't really find it funny, but
Well, I
I'm
think
saying
it,
what happens afterwards. It's like
punch
a,
was
bit-
funny.
it's
I
a
think
build
it is
up.
important to like show that during this time.
yeah.
Especially since
Well,
they want this guy to be the big super
We'll get to
soldier.
that later.
Yes.
We will get to.
yes.
So
But-
we meet Peggy Carter. We meet Colonel Phillips is
Colonel
also
Phillip.
there.
Thank you, Colonel.
Yes. He's giving a motivational speech to all these soldiers, and then he's like, he looks down at Steve. He's like, "They'll get better."
He's like, we have the
They'll get
best
better.
man, and they're gonna get better. And then it's a montage of Steve training and not really doing all that.
Well, no,
great.
but before that, the Strategic Scientific Reserve is an allied effort made up of the best minds in the free world to create the new breed of super soldiers. That is
Okay.
the program that these soldiers are
Yeah.
enlisted for. So they're all being kind of.
That's the specific
They-
purpose
yes,
that
so-
they're there for.
Yeah, Steve Rogers is supposed to be only like the test subject for the serum. Like this whole soldier array is really supposed to get this
It's like-
serum or a modified version of the serum.
It's a program to test out who is most, I guess, probable, like
suitable
suitable for
candidate.
the serum. Yes.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, so they have 1 week to do this program. That's why they're all here. And then we see the montage of them like training.
Montage of Steve training. He's not doing so great. His comrades are not exactly helpful. One guy kicks the fence post and the barbed wire comes down on him.
Yeah.
There was one other example in that montage.
Yes,
of them.
the flag.
Well, no, before
No, no,
that,
no,
there's one other example of them like bullying him.
Well, he's climbing the rope.
He's
maybe?
climbing the rope and he falls and he's
Well,
like
yeah, that's him being
upside down.
weak and
get that
frail.
rifle out of the mud.
Get that
That's-
rifle out of the mud.
That's that part. Is there? I think it then goes to.
And I know the flag is the big
The
one.
flag.
Okay, so then they get to the flag. Montage over. They're at the flag. Anybody who gets that flag can ride back to base with Agent Carter. This is the halfway point. climb up the flagpole, move, move, move. They all climb. Nothing happens. They can't get up there.
No one's gotten that flag in 17 years.
There's a number. I'm so proud of you.
All right, I was waiting.
So yeah, none of them can get to the top of that flag. Fall in. Steve finally catches up to the group, takes one look at the flagpole. Rogers, I said fall in. Walks over to the flagpole, pulls out the rod, bang, grabs the flag, folds it up, hands it to the...
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Gets in the Jeep, drives away.
While everyone just stares in just shock.
I don't want to be the guy who has to put the flagpole back up.
Right? I think it should be the sergeant
Hodge.
or whoever.
It should be Hodge. They should make Hodge do it.
No, it should be the guy who issued the challenge. That's what I was, the sergeant himself or whoever was running them.
So then we go to, I guess, another training little moment here. With,
It's
the grenade moment.
Yeah, the grenade.
We'll build up to that.
They're doing like jumping jacks exercises,
like,
etc.
Well, yeah,
they're discussing
Colonel's
Steve's
like, you really
eligibility.
think he's the one? I
Dr.
give you all
Erskine's
these
like,
soldiers. Come on.
Dr. Erskine's like, I am more than thinking about it. He's the clear choice.
Yeah, because Phillips wants to nominate Hodge.
Yeah, because Hodge is like probably the strongest.
Yeah.
Takes orders, etc., etc.
Listen,
He's the best soldier.
The doctor's
probably the
like,
best, yeah.
he's a bully.
He's a
And you don't win wars with niceness. You win it with guts. Grenade! Throws a grenade into the crowd.
And everyone disperses except
for Steve.
Jumps right onto the grenade. Get away! It's
away,
gonna blow.
Go! Get
Nothing
away.
happens. Big pause. Everyone's looking around, thinking about what just happened.
Dummy grenade.
Is this a test?
It was.
It was.
And he passed.
Hey, still skinny.
He's still.
Colonel's still not there yet, but
Nope.
it's chipping away.
It definitely helped. Definitely
Yes.
pushed him along a little bit.
Well, it's about showing character.
Exactly.
And that was what was missing from, I guess, the montages.
I mean, all he saw was him being bullied as a soldier and not really sticking up for himself, just carrying on.
Yes.
So
Just got to get through the week. Just got to
Yeah.
get through the week. Just got to get through the week. It's been 40 years. I just have to get through this week.
And then we go to the end of the week with Rogers. He's like in his bed, like in the room or
He's
whatnot.
in the not the dorms, the bunks, I think they're called.
yeah,
He's sitting on there. And I guess at this point,
barracks.
He's reading. He's studying
Yeah.
for something. I guess he just likes to read.
well, I think he knows
Anyone
he's been
see-
picked.
Well, yeah, he
Yes.
definitely does because he asks why me.
Yes, I
but noticeably, there's no one else in the bunk with him, which means it's probably free time. They're either hanging out or drinking or whatever, and he's in the bunk alone reading.
Yes. And then Dr. Erskine.
Dr. Erskine comes in with the schnapps.
It's probably the only quiet place left on. I was about to say campus.
Campus.
Left on like in the area in the not the barracks itself, but like the area.
The barracks. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't.
So the doctor comes in and kind of gives him the backstory of. Well, Steve asked him why me.
Yeah.
And then Erskine starts at the very beginning of the story with his own backstory on the super soldier serum and whatnot.
So the long story short of that is Germany lost World War I. Hitler shows up. He's proud. He's bashful. He's blobbity, blobbity, blah. He's rallying the German people to get behind his ideals. And Schmidt is there. And they both believe in this otherworldly purpose. And he says Hitler uses this to inspire his followers, but Schmidt believes it is real. So he goes out. He wants to become the superior man to claim the power of the gods. And he finds Dr. Erskine, and he says, You will make me the superior man. But the serum wasn't ready. And it turns him into bum, 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 bum. We don't know who yet, but we'll find out.
Red Skull.
Yeah, we know. I stole his numbers. He stole
You already
that from
said
me.
it, so that's why I'm whispering it.
Yeah. So anyway, Schmidt is now the superior man, but the serum wasn't ready. So Dr. Erskine makes a run for it, comes to America.
Quite a lot of side effects.
Yeah.
Well, it made
he's
him
red now.
It made him stronger.
Yeah,
besides
he's
the-
a super soldier,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
he lost his
the
entire
deformity.
face
There's a deformity there as
and
well.
nose.
Big deformity.
That poor nose.
But I
Rest
think
in peace.
the biggest thing was Schmidt was very egotistical.
Exactly.
He wanted-
1000%.
he was
It made bad worse.
Yes, and that's why
Good becomes great, bad becomes worse. That's
and
what
that
that's
is
how he's
why
described.
Erskine chose Steve.
Yeah.
Because he was the opposite of that. Because
Exactly.
good becomes great.
Polar opposite.
Good becomes great. And he wants him to promise that he will always be a good man.
Yeah.
Not a perfect
No,
man,
yeah.
but a good man.
Good man. Not a perfect soldier, but a
But
good
a good
man.
man. Yeah, and stick to his morals and everything, basically.
And then he offers him a bit of a toast.
Bit of schnapps. And then he immediately realized, no fluids.
No.
All right, we'll
What
drink
are
it
you
next
doing?
time. Drink it next time. I drink it now.
I drink it now. I don't got a procedure tomorrow. Down the hatch.
And then we go back to the Hydra base where Schmidt is being painted like
This is the painting part.
painted like a French girl right now.
And you know what? I completely forgot the context originally, but now that we've established some things, I remember why this scene happens. It's because they find Erskine in America.
They see him in New York.
They found their spies found him in New York, and Zola's like, I can't imagine he will succeed again. So then he's already given the order to have him killed.
Yes.
Dr. Zola, what do you think of the painting? Light comes on. It's a masterpiece.
It is so cool. Like in that scene, you see like the paint that he's using. It's
very, very,
It's
very
all
red.
red. It's all
And that
red.
poor
and you're
painter looks like
"What?"
if he sneezes, he'd just die.
Yeah.
He's so
And
scared
also,
of
you
doing
can
the wrong
see
thing.
him like sort of like
Breathe in relief when Zola
says a masterpiece. He's like, oh, thank God.
Thank God, I'm not going to die today.
I'm not gonna die right this second.
The rest of us have to get through the week. This guy has to get through the hour.
I still think he dies at the end.
Oh, 1,000. He probably dies before they take over the base. He probably dies like...
No, he probably dies as soon as he's done with the painting, is what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe.
I'm thinking he goes, oh, it's a great piece.
Maybe.
Because he's not like showing off the Red Skull yet to people, is he?
Well, to the audience now.
To the audience, but has he... Do we know if he's showing it off?
My
to
line of
people?
thinking is that he's not going to get killed immediately, but he's going to do something like say something wrong, like really quickly.
I think he fully embraces it at the end when they're in the factory or whatever, and he throws the mask in the flame.
I think when we have Captain America become a super soldier, when he's an actual thing,
an icon, like an American icon.
Yeah, and he sees that, then he starts to embrace his Red Skull.
I don't think the full world has seen it yet.
I think he's hiding behind that mask this entire time.
I mean, even when he invades to get the Tesseract, he has a mask.
He has the mask on.
I don't think he's shown
so
everybody.
I don't think
what
he's,
like yet.
I think he's kept it.
But I mean,
a
that
secret.
painting is not going to be a public painting.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But it's still owning up
the
to your
lights
deformity,
were
you know what I mean?
off. He was getting this painting done.
Well, the lights were on while he was being painted. He turned them off when Zola enters.
Yeah, that's what he keeps it a secret. That's what I was trying to just say, basically.
And the scene ends with him saying he sent out a Hydra spy.
Yes.
To go.
The order has been given.
Yes. To
go
to
kill the good doctor.
Yes.
Set the super soldier program back by 50 years. I wanted to be strong.
Well, before
now I'm weak.
Well, the super soldier program in America.
Well, before that, we have a nice little car ride between Steve and Peggy on their way.
I got beat up in that alley.
He points out all the
And
places
that
he's been beat
parking
up,
lot.
And that behind that diner.
Behind that diner.
which is a very nice conversation.
And she asks
You
him
don't know how to talk to women, do you?
why he never runs, and he says, if you run, they'll never let you stop.
Yeah.
And what does he say? He says, if you stand up for, I don't know the exact way he says it, but he basically says if you stand up for yourself, they can't keep doing it forever.
Yeah, they can't say no forever.
I think that's what he says. So, and she obviously finds that admirable in him. You can see it in her face and the way she's talking to him. And then they arrive at this.
Well, I do want to know, there is a little romance.
Oh, yeah. She
There's a
mentions,
little bit of a
you
romance.
have no idea how to talk to women, do
that's
you?
why,
And she's like, I've never really found one. And
Well,
looking for the right partner.
I haven't really
Yes.
ever talked to one.
She's like, have you ever been dancing? And
the
he's like,
longest conversation.
Women
I've
aren't
had
exactly
with
lining up to dance with a guy they might step on.
and they're like, what are you waiting for? And he's
The
like,
right partner.
The right partner.
right part.
And then they arrive to this thrift store in the middle of
What are
New
we
York, this
doing here?
unsuspecting Brooklyn thrift store. What are we doing here?
Antiques is what
It's
it's
a nice day for weather, is it?
There's an old lady in there. It's
Old,
like
old lady with the fucking machine gun under the table. That's so funny.
I love that so much.
So good.
Knowing her fate is sad, but it's just a
Nice
funny
weather
image.
we're having.
Yeah, but I have an umbrella. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Pushes the button.
But I always bring an umbrella.
Yes, but I always carry an umbrella.
See, the fact that it took us like 5 different tries to get the exact wording, they would not let us in.
We would have been dead.
we
right
would have
when we
been.
walked in.
She would have just grabbed a machine gun.
No, you know what? Why? I prepped for one of you to ask me. So I prepped the other sentence, the code.
The long story short is
sentence.
the SSR is going to have us all executed.
Oh yeah,
we all fucked up the code word.
Well, I'm not gonna try and get into their secret base, like as
we
a
all
spy.
fucked up the code word. That's the way
They
it
can't
goes.
take the collective three of us trying to make one attempt.
Yeah.
Just all gunned down at once.
I come back with like a fake mustache.
She doesn't miss this time.
Well, she missed because she got shot.
We're jumping ahead of it.
What was half of your sentence?
I don't remember.
She missed. You said she missed because she got shot. All I said was she missed.
Yeah, when I thought you meant when she shoots us with the gun, the machine gun.
Yeah,
she's not going to miss this time.
Yeah,
we're not going to
she's
shoot
not
her.
gonna
She's going to
miss this time.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't like her wasn't a lack of skill.
I wasn't saying it was a lack of skill either.
Well, yes, then you're
That
right.
you're
then
putting
she's not
words
going to
in
miss.
my mouth again
I
is
didn't
what
mean
I'm
to do that.
saying.
I'm stupid. We all know that I'm stupid. This has been established. My point is that we're going to die like dogs.
Yes.
I wanted to be a super soldier. God damn it.
So we want to be Iron Man.
I am not Iron Man. Moving on. So they enter this secret SSR base hidden under this Brooklyn thrift store. There's a lot of army personnel. There's a lot going on. The colonel's there. The senator. There's a senator there.
Senator Brandt.
Senator Brandt is his name.
And there's a weird guy.
Somebody
in a
get this
suit
kid a
and
sandwich.
Bow tie.
I don't know if
glasses.
There's a senator's it's his assistant.
Yeah, he's
Fred Clemson.
Yeah.
Which is a name to remember for a little bit later.
Fred Clemson. He's just random guy.
Yeah.
He's involved in some capacity.
He looked very, very out of place.
We'll see.
You know what? State Department. He was supposedly State Department. That was what he told people.
Fred.
Okay.
Right?
Fred yeah.
from the State Department. Okay.
So I think the exact quote is Fred Clem, State Department.
So yes, there's a bunch of people watching, like I guess upstairs behind glass, and also Mr. Stark is there. The procedure is going underway now. So he gets loaded up.
He gets loaded into the machine. He's injected with something. This is
penicillin.
you ruined the joke. I was going to hype it up.
You said he got injected with something.
He gets injected with something very super and awesome, and it's penicillin.
Oh,
that wasn't so bad.
What you were going for.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I thought you were. If you were gonna,
I was gonna do what the movie was doing, where they inject him. He's like, oh wow.
The movie did it different.
I know that, but I was.
I didn't
realize to be funny sometimes.
I know, but I'm sorry, but like I didn't realize that's where you were going with it. If you set it up the way the movie set it up,
we both have stolen each other's jokes like 10 times now.
Yes,
this is gonna be a running theme. When we get to Avengers Endgame, I'm gonna steal I'm Iron Man out right from the beginning.
He might kill you. He, might
he probably would.
You'll just hear me jumping across.
Let the record know that he just gave me the dirtiest look when I said that. He's out for blood. He's thinking.
Speaking of blood,
he's thinking about every way he can kill me with it looking like an accident. That's what he's thinking. He didn't say no.
I feel like I'm legally.
He's not allowed to say anything.
Yeah. I don't think I can confirm.
Come on, just between you, me, and the walls.
allegations.
Just between you, me, and the walls. I know you're doing it.
I plead the fifth.
I'm gonna be the only one of this podcast who never makes it to Doomsday because I'll just be dead.
You ready, Francesco? Road to Doomsday.
The tribute episode for me. It's like 5 seconds, and it's just hard cut to Doomsday.
We'll have a funeral for you.
Yeah, 5-second funeral because Doomsday's on in 2 minutes, and you got to get there.
Yeah. All right, let's get.
So anyway, he's strapped into the machine. They close it up on him, and they say how does he describe it? He's injected with a serum, which is stimulated by Vita rays, Vita radiation, which is a made-up Marvel type of radiation. He's turning up the power, 10%, 20%, 30%. You're the numbers guy. When does he start screaming in agony? 60, 50?
Yeah. I don't think they say when, because he's turning up the dial, and he's like, he counts up, but then they stop counting. He stops counting and just does the dial.
I thought he stopped counting. I thought he stopped moving it and stopped counting because Steve was screaming.
No, we get a cutaway to the machine, and he stops counting already, and the machine is going up, and then we just see the light increasing, and then he just starts screaming.
Okay,
and then they're like, "Shut it up!"
I thought he started screaming like as soon as he said a number. That's just what I remember.
No, I don't think so, because I feel like I would have been,
I don't know. It's been a little bit since I've seen this movie.
I'm the numbers guy.
He is the numbers guy.
I feel like I would jump on the opportunity to do that.
Anyway, he starts screaming in agony. And they're like, shut it down, shut it down. He's like, no, I can do this. Keep going. So they start turning it up. They start turning it up a little faster now, too, right? To get it over with. He jumps it all the way to 100%. Same thing as with the Tesseract in Germany. All the shit starts blowing up. Lights are popping. Sparks fly, I think, at least once, right? A spark jumps around the room.
All of the equipment.
Everything starts
but the light inside the thing is like growing brighter.
Yeah, but everything around it is like not exploding, but like popping and zapping around.
Yeah, like doing electricity little short things.
And then there's one last pop of electricity and everything shuts down. Mr. Stark. And we have Chris Evans, who's like 10 feet tall and with more muscles than Superman. This guy's fucking jacked.
Little Steve
is now this like 6'8",
like
Norse god. I almost said Greek god, but yeah,
how you
Norse
feeling?
god, taller. It's like this was a great success. What does the senator say? I know some folks in Berlin who are going to be very nervous, and then it just pans to the Fred Clem, who walks down the stairs after leaving a lighter on the chair. Is it a lighter? We're about to find out. He walks down the stairs, doesn't say anything, opens the thing.
It was 70. Damn. 70, and then he starts screaming.
I mean, immediately, right?
Yeah, like he's 70. Ah!
Yeah, I knew it. I
thought there was a little more crazy. Of the cut, but it does cut away. All right.
Well, the camera cuts, but you can still hear him counting.
Yeah.
You just don't see him turning the thing, but he's definitely still turning the thing. Anyway, Fred Clem blows up the room above them. Glass falls everywhere. Grabs the last. There was a spare bottle of super soldier serum. Starts running with it, but first he shoots the good doctor.
Twice.
Well, Erkin sees him stealing it. Like he's like about to like point at him or something, and then he gets shot.
He was about to shout. Or
definitely
something.
Not gonna leave without killing the doctor. That was why he was there. The order has been
probably to steal whatever it is.
Steal it, kill the doctor, run like hell.
So he blew up the room above him with the
bomb,
the
lighter activator.
Yeah, and he blew up the room and then used that.
As a distraction.
As a distraction.
While everyone was figuring out what the hell was going on, he shoots Dr. Erskine twice. Makes a run for it, but Peggy Carter gets a shot on him, right?
Yeah, gets him in the arm.
The arm.
I do want to note something really funny in this scene. I know it's just like a film like production thing, but they used like a stock scream sound effect. That is
I know exactly
same
what
one they used in SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water when they opened the vault.
I know what you're talking about.
Really funny to me.
I know what you're talking about.
Get in there and make me customer some Krabby Patties! SpongeBob! What's wrong, boy?
Their class. They also use the. Am I going to say the name right? Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, later on in the montage of them in taking down every base.
Yeah. I just love when that.
Yeah, but yeah, Fred leaves with the vial.
The last vial. The last vial in existence. And Doctor's dead. Can't make any more.
The doctor made.
Yeah, and Peggy
the last doctor vial in existence.
Yes.
And Peggy chases after him, but Erskine's on the ground.
Before he dies, he silently taps Steve on the chest, like
right in the heart.
Right in the heart, like he did. That we forgot to mention. While they were right before they drank the schnapps, he says, "A good man," points to him on the chest and the heart. He does the same thing right as he dies. With a determined, angry resolve in his face, Steve sets out on a hard chase.
Yeah.
No shoes, nothing.
No shoes, nothing.
Barefoot, legging it down that road.
Could you imagine little tiny Steve making that run? He'd be winded in like 30 seconds.
He wouldn't even make it up the stairs. Let's be
honest. I'll avenge you, Doctor. Doesn't even make it up the stairs.
He's like still in the building.
God. Fred Clem is in Germany, and Steve is like still climbing the stairs.
So Fred makes it out of the. He makes it out of the antique store. He shoots the old lady.
Shoots the old lady.
With the Tommy gun or
falls
whatever.
Down. I hate that that's such a funny death, but it's such a funny death.
It is such a funny death. I'm like, that poor lady.
That poor old lady.
Her only job was to click a button and
she was like
let
90 in
in.
1940. She lived through like 15 wars,
Yeah,
probably.
really.
And that's how she dies. That's tragic.
By
But
a
it was also really
spy.
funny. I'm sorry.
And then her weapon gets stolen,
He
and now
steals
the
the
dude has
machine
a
gun.
freaking machine
He's got a freaking
gun.
machine gun. They get into the car. They start fleeing. But Peggy runs out the door.
I love Peggy.
One shot into the driver's head from like
hold
a
on.
far distance.
Hold on. Something he explodes a car. She's about to
blows up
fire.
the getaway car.
He blows up a car, distracts her for a second so they can be even further away, and then she still takes that one shot into the
This
driver's
guy loves
head.
his distractions.
Well, I don't think that was just a distraction. That was definitely so they couldn't. They didn't have a getaway car.
Yeah, they weren't able to chase after him in car, but also I feel like to distract.
Well, it works as a
Peggy
distraction, but that was definitely
for-
the plan. Was definitely
yeah.
no getaway car.
Yeah, and
or chase vehicle.
Yeah, no chase vehicle, and this person about to shoot at us might be caught in the explosion
Yeah.
and not shoot at us anymore. You know,
But she still makes the shot.
still makes that beautiful
Kills the
shot.
driver in one shot.
One shot.
The car collides with a taxi, which he immediately steals.
Yes. Hey, there's
This
a
guy's been
shot.
Stupid moron starts driving towards Peggy to try and run her down instead of just trying to flee.
Yeah, literally.
He probably could
Just
have made
make
it
a
if he hadn't
right
done
or
that.
something.
Yeah.
Literally. And
She's
she gets
shooting
two
at him. She's
shots
missing
off.
these shots, and then all of a
shots,
sudden,
and then the
right
third
before,
shot.
right before the she gets hit and she makes the last shot, Steve dives into her, grabs her, knocks her out of the way.
I had him. Sorry.
I know it's a funny line. Was like sorry, and he starts running. But that's another part of like his characterization that I thought is really interesting. He doesn't say, "Oh, you were gonna die. I had to save you." He
Yeah,
just says
he just
sorry,
says sorry,
and
yeah.
he makes off.
He's like, oh, I was wrong. Okay, well, I still have to chase this guy.
Yeah, like any other character in the world would have been like, "You were about to die."
Yeah, what do you mean you were
What do you
about
mean
to
you
get-
had him? But no, he's just like, "Oops, my
was
bad." And
saving
he just
your
starts
life.
chasing her.
Yeah.
And this is the first demonstration of his powers.
Yeah,
The whole street
he's
chase.
full.
He
speed
literally,
ahead.
while he's starts to run for the first time, like looks down at himself, like, "Oh my God, this is what's happening
He's
right now."
so much more stronger and faster that he physically cannot control it. He runs into like a building because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to slow down and turn.
He tries to turn, and it's just momentum carries.
Yeah, he's got
him.
all that momentum. But he starts jumping on top of cars just to catch this
He
guy.
jumps over
Lands
the
on the roof of the
fence,
taxi.
yeah.
He's shooting at him. He's missing all these shots.
This is probably the most you see the CGI in the background. Like
Of the buildings?
the buildings.
Yeah, I think
is
I
what-
noticed that too. It's like, wow, these
this
look-
is probably when you see it the most. I was looking for it because I've seen this movie 8 billion times, so I was
No, I noticed it. And I wasn't
looking for it in
but it wasn't
this,
like
but-
super noticeable. It was
No.
just like something if like, oh
But
wow,
like
those
when I
buildings
saw
are
the
CGI.
first one, I was like, oh, let me see if I can see the other ones. So I just started looking at the background instead of what was happening in the forefront of the scene.
I'm looking at the sky.
That's literally what I was doing, though. It's not an inaccurate statement.
I'm not going to go over every single beat of the fight scene because we've been here for like an hour. But long story short is the car crashes and the Fred Clem, who's we probably should have established that's probably not his real name. But Fred gets out of the car, grabs this kid as a hostage. Steve catches up. Don't shoot the kid. He's already used his last bullet on Steve. So he takes one shot at the kid.
Well, literally right before that, right before they're grabbing the kid, even I believe he grabs the
taxi door that fell off, uses that as a shield.
Yeah, we gotta mention every time he uses a shield.
Well, I think if we're going to mention that, we should
Especially
also mention
when
that it
that
was
one
a
is
pretty
the
crappy
front-
shield because he got shot through the door.
Well, yes, but that was the one that was front page news.
Yeah.
With him holding the door as the shield.
Anyway, so
continue.
he tries to shoot. He's got the gun on the kid. Immediately turns it to Steve. Click, nothing happens. Throws the kid in the water. Go get him! I can swim. Runs like hell. Best hostage in movie history. Completely not worthless at all. I loved that.
Yeah, I mean, it also shows his character that he literally went to check on the kid
Yeah,
to see if he could
but also
swim.
like he doesn't have to. There's no like, it's your choice. You can save the people or catch me, and there's just
Yeah.
nothing like that. It's just I can swim. And he just keeps running after the guy. He's running like hell. This guy runs fast.
Yeah.
jumps onto the submarine. Fred's jumping
he
down,
didn't jump
dives
into
down,
The submarine's already going down.
It's already
He
going
swims
down.
towards
He
it.
Yeah.
Swims
punches
fast enough.
through the glass.
Could you
yanks the guy
imagine being this guy? You find oh my god, Super Soldier's been chasing me. I finally got in my submarine. I'm under the water. There's no way he can get me. No possible way. I've gotten away. And then
punch,
all of a sudden,
crack,
you hear
flood of water, yanked to the surface.
Just freaking.
Who are you? Who do you work for? Hail Hydra.
Chop off one head,
cyanide.
2 more grows.
Cyanide tooth.
Takes the cyanide tooth, dies right then and there.
It's over.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the next scene was. I'm sorry. That's why I was pausing. I was trying to think.
It's Schmidt and the Nazi representatives.
Yes, thank you. So anyway, now we're in Germany again.
Separating scene. Sorry, I was.
The 3 representatives from Germany show up, or I should say the regime show up to ask Schmidt what the hell's going on. You haven't delivered a rifle in over a year. And Schmidt's like, I have harnessed the power of the gods. And they're all like chuckling. Yeah,
Well, he thinks he's
so
better than the Nazi regime at this point.
Well, I mean, absolutely. But like they can see that they think that he's crazy, but they also can see that he's now got higher aspirations. But they don't really realize the full extent of it until they look at his map. I can wipe out all my enemies in one stroke. They look at the map.
Even before that, this is the name drop. You're skipping the name drop.
The Red Skull has been indulged enough.
Yeah, the Fuhrer himself has said, and he quotes the Fuhrer.
The Red Skull has been indulged enough.
So in this universe, the Fuhrer, Hitler, names the Red Skull the Red Skull. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And I'm just going to mention that. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Well, he does have a red skull.
I know.
He also there is a line where he says he got quote unquote banished to this middle of nowhere workshop because he no longer represents the image of Aryan perfection.
Yeah.
He says that.
Yeah.
But that makes me
Because
think
his
maybe
face was burned off.
He has shown people his red skull, but he hasn't proclaimed it, I guess.
But I mean, you can imagine Hitler is very much aware of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I know that was a question earlier. I just wanted to mention that.
Well, I feel like obviously like Hitler and higher ups know of it. Anyone who knows
We don't see it, but in the flashback that when Erskine's telling Steve about when the Red Skull became the Red Skull, when he takes the serum, Hitler was probably in that room.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's probably like a super serum
this was not just like
when Steve got it.
Yeah,
this wasn't looking around.
Yeah, this wasn't like some crackpot. Schmidt takes it, runs.
Yeah,
this was definitely like an official project of
like similar to what happened with Steve.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah, just opposite. Yeah.
So then Schmidt shows them his latest.
He shows
invention.
them the full. Well, not his latest invention, but their latest project. He shows them the full power of the gods. Pew pew pew. They're dead.
There's Berlin on this map.
And Zola.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I honestly do not know.
But yeah, Berlin's on the map, so it is. Pew pew pew. Dead.
Well, they say he's a traitor now, and that they were kind of gonna go back and say.
I love this fucking moron Nazi who's like, you're a traitor. We're gonna report this to you. Like they're not at his facility, thousands of miles away from Berlin.
With a big ass gun.
There's a gun on him
pointed towards him and charging up. Like
this is a stupid comparison, but this reminds me of that scene from Batman Forever where the director of the science division of Wayne Enterprises is tied up in the chair while the Riddler's experimenting on him, and he's like, "You're gonna be fired, arrested, etc." And he's just being dragged towards the window to be thrown out. Why would you say we're gonna report you to fucking Hitler with a gun in front of you
because he thinks
thousands of miles away from
he
Berlin?
Thinks he's untouchable.
Yeah, it's just funny to think about.
He thinks that Hitler's regime is the bigger and stronger than Hydra. Hydra's just
not
a
comprehending
scientific
that they have
division.
the fucking Power Stone from outer space.
They don't know. It's also the Space Stone, not the Power Stone.
It's the really?
Yes, the Tesseract is the Space Stone.
Then which one's the Power Stone?
Isn't the purple one?
The purple one from Guardians.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the Power Stone because it powers things. That was my line of thinking.
No, it's the door. It's the door.
Yep,
Tesseract is the door.
Oh, yeah, they have the Space Stone. My bad. They have a stone. They have a magic stone from space.
They have an Infinity Stone.
Hitler doesn't have an Infinity Stone. That's the point here.
So Red Skull vaporizes these guys.
They are completely dead. There's no...
You want to be technical. His regime does have it, but it's being, controlled
Didn't
by
even
Hydra.
know about it. They. I mean, if you
No, I'm just saying if you think
technically
about
speaking, Hitler was in possession of the government that possessed Hydra, which had the space stone.
They don't basically separate from
legally
the
they have
Nazi.
it, but not literally.
Well, yes, thank you.
Practically speaking, no chance in hell.
Yeah, no chance in hell.
So yeah, he vaporized these guys, and I think it's important to know that Zola is a little frightened by this.
He makes his choice right then and there. He's either going to die or stand with Hydra, and he decides to stand with Hydra, which is very interesting. Which we'll get back to when we do the next movie, when you compare Zola's character. But in the Captain America 1, he's very much like just along for the ride.
He's like a lackey.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm not going to kill anyone, but I'll make all these inventions.
But it's also like he's swept in.
I'm not gonna kill anyone myself.
He has his own. He stands his own ground.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't stand his own ground. Whatever.
He proclaims himself to be Hydra instead of dying for Germany.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
He's like that little like a rat that just always survives. Like finds the way to survive. Maybe not like
jumping
a rat,
ship to
like,
the. I guess that's not a terrible analogy because he's jumping ship.
Yeah.
From government to organization, whichever one he expects to win. Which
or
we do see
or
in
to
the
keep
future,
him alive.
to be continued, to stay alive.
So then we jump to Steve.
In
I guess a medical facility.
They're trying to get the serum out of his blood so they can
make more.
Reverse engineer it, and they can't. They make it explicitly clear they can't.
Erskine is dead.
It
would take years to replicate it.
Without him, yeah.
And Howard is. He also brought in the submarine. Howard's
like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm
Hydra
looking at.
tech.
Their technology is far above ours. Is in the future.
And then our heroes are kind of told more about Hydra.
Yeah.
More explicitly, they're like Hydra is a cult.
He's the deep. What did I say? The deep science division and the cult of Johann Schmidt and his followers.
They believe he's a god.
They believe he's a god.
Mm-hmm.
They believe he's capable of being the god, and he's dangerous.
Yes.
And we need to stop him.
So the colonel says the SSR.
They've been reassigned. They're shipping out. They're taking the fight to Schmidt.
Yes.
To fight Hydra specifically.
Yes. They're fighting. Yeah.
Steve ain't coming.
Yes.
Nope. I need another army. All I got was you. You were not enough.
He still doesn't believe
in
him.
The senator is like, well, I mean, if you can't fight, I got another idea. You can fight on the most important battlefield of the war, sir. That's all I've ever wanted.
He becomes a marketing icon.
Literally.
He sells war bonds. You guys remember middle school? They talked about the war bonds?
Yes.
He sells a bajillion war bonds.
You sell
10%.
In every state.
You sell a few bonds. Bonds buy a few bullets. Bullets kill a few Nazis. Bing,
bada
bang,
bing, bada boom.
You're an American hero.
American hero.
So he sort of gets to where he wanted to be, but...
Roundabout way.
Yeah.
Very, very
not the way he wanted
way,
to,
no.
but he is now an American hero. So he is a soldier.
Yeah.
He's a captain.
He's a captain.
He's Captain America.
Honorary
Captain
wink,
America.
wink. No, I think what's kind of funny about that, obviously he's this big PR thing, and then he becomes an actual soldier. It's so funny to think that, like, his name is Brent, right? Senator Brent is probably the reason the world will remember Captain America. Like, if he had just gone with them to fight Schmidt, the average American doesn't really know, especially in like 2010. Would not have been publicized. He would have just been like this little blip on the radar.
I mean, I think they would have still been like.
They would have made like some war videos, like we see in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but
like,
it wouldn't be as
people
big of
are
a
going
spectacle.
to tell their children the time they saw Captain America at the
on
Bond
stage.
show.
Yeah,
Bond's show before
like,
he went off and saved the world.
Like back in the day, they didn't have TV. If you wanted to see a video or a movie, you went to the theater.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you went to the radio. That's not the same. Like you could hear, oh, Captain America fights these guys on the radio. That's not the same thing as like seeing him at this show, and then like however many months or years later, finding out that this is the guy who's taking down all these super soldiers.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't think there would be nothing.
I'm not saying there would be nothing, but like
I think there would be more than just a blip.
Popular,
is what I'm saying.
I do think it would. Let me put it this way: the average American doesn't know who George Patton is. They may have heard about him in middle school. They're not thinking about it. Captain America is a big deal, even all those years later. They have the collectible cards.
When you got a super soldier, I feel like it's a little different.
Well, his chase down the street to catch Fred was like the big
but that's
push
also
for that.
one city in the era where the only way to get news day by day was radio. Like you could hear on the radio,
but it's front page news
in Brooklyn. It's a big city, yes, but like I'm talking about like the scope of America. That's like the reason he becomes like such a public figure.
I still think he would. I still think
it would not have been nearly as publicized.
Oh no, it wouldn't be as nearly as publicized, but I don't think it would be like a tiny little blip, like you said. I think there would be more popularity. So I think it would be made into maybe not into a giant.
Maybe like a movie in the 50s, and that's it.
Well.
So the general public loves Captain America.
Yeah, they're finding out about him through all these big shows. They find out they love him.
But there's another party who is not very happy with Captain America, or at least isn't as enthralled by him. When he goes,
well, I'm not going to say who it is yet because we find out later. But the soldiers,
we find out in like a scene.
Yeah, but it's a big revelation when we do find out.
That is true.
So there's these soldiers who are like completely miserable. Captain America's like, let's fight the bad guys, and they're like
trying to give him encouragement.
Kick Adolf Hitler's butt with
sock
me.
Adolf in the jaw, and they're just sitting there like,
bring out the girls.
Bring out the girls.
I need a volunteer.
We already volunteered, jackass.
How do you think we got here?
They're not happy with it.
They're not happy in the slightest. He's just
bring
this
the
poser
girls
to them.
out.
So anyway, he shows over. He's backstage drawing his dancing monkey on the notepad.
Yeah.
Agent Carter's like,
monkey.
is this all you were made for? You were made for more than this. Your choices are not just dancing monkey or lab rat.
More flirting.
And he's like, well, you know, and she's like, well, don't take it personally. These soldiers have been through hell. This is like what's left of the 107th. And then he's like, the 107th? Bum, bum, bum.
Takes off.
Runs to the colonel. I keep forgetting what his rank is. The colonel.
And
he's like, I need to know if Bucky Barnes is alive. And he's like, you can't give me orders.
You don't give me orders now.
But then he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I signed so many of these condolence letters, but the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's the rescue mission? It's called winning the war. You're not going to do anything? We'd lose more men than we'd save. So he storms off. Wait, no, he says, if I read the posters correctly, you got somewhere to be in 30 minutes. Yes, sir, I do. Steve storms off. Peggy immediately realizes what's about to happen. She chases after him. I can get you better than walking to Austria. We're going to fly you in.
It's important to note that they're 5 miles from the front line in 1943, and the people that are captured, the 107th, are 30 miles behind enemy lines.
Yes. Okay, that would be a long walk.
So it's a bit of a journey.
Even for Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, then we have Captain America in the sky alongside Peggy Carter and Howard Stark in his civilian aircraft flying over the front line, beyond the front line, infinity and beyond the front line.
To 30 miles behind
30 miles behind the front line, so that he can rescue Bucky and co. Well, he doesn't know. The 107th. He doesn't know if Bucky's alive, but he's praying to God that Bucky's still alive.
Yeah.
They want to get him in as close as possible. Oh, I almost skipped out. We were joking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Howard Stark turns over to Peggy Carter and is like, hey, you want to get a late night fondue?
After some of Peggy and Steve's virtuous flirting together.
Howard Stark's like, we should get some fondue. And Steve kind of looks at them like, huh? And she's like, don't worry, he's the best civilian pilot. We kind of needed him for this.
Kind of justifying his
justifying his appearance.
Yeah, his random line too.
I think it is funny though that's Playboy energy is still there.
Oh, 100%.
Between Howard and then eventually Tony. So.
Howard and literally every woman he's ever talked to. What a G.
I mean, we first see him in this movie the first time he literally kisses someone on stage.
He's got like 10 girls on stage with him.
And then he kisses the last one right on the lips. And then goes into his introduction.
The Stark name meant something very different 70 years ago.
Yeah, it certainly did.
So anyway, they're in the air. They want to get him as close as possible to the prison camp. And then boom, they're being shot at. Boom. So he says, all right, you guys get out of here because you're going to get shot down.
As soon as I'm clear, you guys turn this bird around.
That's, basically. Just like, we're going to get you all the way in. He's like, wait, no. She's like, you can't give me orders. We're taking you all the way in. Like hell I am. I'm a captain. Gives her a smile and a wave and jumps out with his parachute.
Yep. And that really not very helpful shield.
Oh yeah.
He puts it on his back.
More of a prop, really.
Yeah, quite. I mean, he
It's
took
symbolic.
he took one of the Playgirl's helmets.
It's
Like,
probably
you know, with
realistically
the one
it's
with the
probably
A.
a real helmet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's probably not like a great helmet, but I can't imagine they
It's
made,
not.
like,
I
really
don't think
crappy
it's like
plastic
a
helmets.
completely like army like edition helmet. You know what I mean?
Let me
But,
put it this way: I'd rather have that helmet than no helmet.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, like it's not like just a prop. It's
Well,
probably
yeah.
more than
I'm just saying he grabbed it from the showgirls.
he stole it. He stole it
Because
from,
there's that little
from the show.
yeah. Where's my helmet?
I love that he immediately was like, we got to lean into the icon here. He's gonna be Captain America.
He's like, I gotta grab the helmet with the A on it.
Yeah.
I can't just grab one of the
Not
blank
like
helmets.
S for Steve.
No, not the S,
Captain
not
Steve.
the U or whatever. The A.
So he just shakes like 5 helmets. USA, CA, USA Captain America.
So while Steve's flying on down, we cut to the Hydra factory, and they're building the Valkyrie.
Yes, they are. So Johann Schmidt says to Zola, says to Zola he wants to increase production, and Zola's like,
By like 60%?
something like that, yeah. And
believe
Zola's like,
60.
they don't have a lot of strength left. That's not realistic. And Erskine's like, use what strength they have left of them, doctor.
Yeah,
There are always more workers.
basically run them into the ground
Pretty
until
much.
they die.
That's
and
the
then
nice way of putting
get
it.
new workers
Yeah.
and run them into the ground.
There's
until
always
they
more
die.
prisoners of war, guys. We're going to be
exactly.
fighting for a long time.
And speaking of prisoners of war, we see all the captured 107th soldiers being hauled into their cells.
Yeah, we got
Not even cells. That's generous. Little cages.
Cage, like a little tiny
Like a
round
Like a
tiny
big bird cage or something.
Tiny ass cages that hold like 10 people at a time. That should not.
This is also where we get the first glimpse of what Steve Rogers' team is gonna be.
Yeah.
These are the first time we see like the 107th like main guys basically.
We don't really get their names.
No.
But one of them is Dum Dum Dugan.
Yes.
The one with the mustache.
Yes.
I do like
He's got such an iconic mustache.
Yeah.
That people just looked like that 100 years ago.
Oh yeah.
They got to bring that back.
What is it called? Is it called like a handle?
It might be the
not a handlebar, but
well, not the bowler. There was a bowler.
Yeah.
There was a bowler something, but it wasn't on that guy. It's an iconic.
yeah, it
mustache.
doesn't much matter. I was just trying
Yeah,
to see if
it's
we
an
knew the
iconic
name.
mustache.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal mustache. You
There's
got to
a
throw
name
like a
for it.
stock picture of like a Union general from the Civil War with that mustache. You gotta
Just
throw
put
that
it
in.
like right next to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. So as the prisoners are being taken in, Cap is sneaking around the base.
Yeah, he's looking
Yeah.
around. He's looking for the prisoners. He finally breaks them out.
Well, first,
Well, we see him
What does
sneak
he
in.
see?
he's sneaking around
Yeah.
the like energy cells and stuff.
he's getting. Oh, you know what? He
and then he
takes something.
sees, he sees one of the energy. Like I'm guessing it's
like
like
a
a
device.
clip or a battery. It's like a battery.
It's one of those small batteries for the
very
guns
for one of with the energy
with
of
the energy of the Tesseract.
Yes, and he pockets it and then he's off to.
I like that he instinctively realizes that it's important. Like everything's glowing.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, so this is obviously not.
This is some
normal
form of
weaponry.
technology we
Something's
need.
going on here.
Yeah.
It appears to run on some form of electricity.
Yeah.
But he knows right away that this is important, and he just grabs it.
Yeah.
Like I like that they do stuff like that in this movie.
Yeah,
He's not just
it's not just like
he's
looking
not just
around
an
like,
arm,
oh,
an
bye.
arm and a shield. He's more than that, and I really like that
it's
they
not
do
like
little
he
stuff.
just went there to save the prisoners.
Yeah.
I mean that is
Well, he
why
basically
he went
did,
there.
but he's getting
when he was
as
there,
much as he can
He's
while
also, like,
he's
scouting
there.
out the area.
He's scouting the bait. Like when he saves Bucky, he takes a look at the map. Like it's like he's doing other things
This
than
quote
just
unquote
saving.
quick look got like really good
Yeah, he's
landmarks
just
on the
still-
map.
Still
It's part of the
found
serum.
all of them.
It's
Like,
part of the serum. He
well,
gives it more memory.
I just got a
He's
quick
just that.
look.
He's just that good with his IQ there.
Yeah, and
His photographic memory from the serum.
man, I want a serum that gives me a photographic memory.
It's called water. Drink water. This is your daily reminder, folks, to drink a shit ton of water. He's drinking water right now. I'm so proud of him. I like this guy, folks.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So Steve walks around and he breaks the prisoners free.
Yes.
He steals the keys off the guard. He
He knocks the guard out, takes the keys,
Yeah.
opens the cells. He's like, I'm going to look for any more stragglers. You guys get out, give them hell. And they're like, who are you? He's like,
Do you know
I'm
what
Captain
you're doing?
America.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Yeah,
Of
I've
course
punched
I do.
Adolf Hitler like 37 times.
200 times.
200 times.
Hey, I'm the number guy. Sorry.
I was thinking that too. I was like, wow,
I'm like 200.
Francesco's the
I was like
number guy.
about to say it, and then
I've got some numbers.
He's got some numbers.
Nice.
So yeah, the soldiers are.
Hitler like 200 times. Okay, I can't get over that.
It is funny. Even in the like they're probably thinking like, what the hell is this guy talking about? 'Cause they've been at war. They don't know.
I really do love that he leans into the bit.
Oh, 100%.
The persona.
Like
Yeah.
he like.
I mean, you can see he was
see
just
that
on tour around
Yeah.
the entire country in this facade of this character.
like you can see that he doesn't love being the quote unquote dancing monkey, but he also does enjoy bits of it.
Yeah.
Like I kind of love that.
Yeah, he leans into it.
He does lean into it.
It's great.
So then, while he's snooping around looking for Bucky and anything else interesting, the soldiers begin their breakout, their mass breakout. They steal some of the Hydra weapons. This is a Buick. Steals the giant ass Hydra tank.
Yeah.
They steal some of the guns, those pew pew laser guns, Star Wars ass guns.
Very odd for 1950.
I know. I
think
said that
is
earlier.
very
To your
odd.
point, I think that is very noticeable as we further through this movie and how advanced Hydra gets.
Like, I get that they have to do it to show how like
that
radically
they're
different Hydra is.
extremely,
But it's such a jarring. Such
it's
a jarring.
but like they have to also show that that Hydra has advanced technology for the times.
I don't know if I'd say they should have not done it, but if we're gonna go off like the Tesseract being used as like a big battery, I don't know if guns were the right call. Like
what else are you going to use?
I don't know.
For
That's
weapons?
the thing. That's just I'm not quite sure what else they could have done.
What I will say about it is I like that every gun had like a big backpack like attached
like an
to
energy
it.
pack,
Like an
yeah.
energy pack, because it kind of still like, they still need
It's
this
still not
giant
as advanced.
It's still not just like all in like a handgun energy pistol.
I don't know if you guys
Well, except
are big on-
Schmitz, because he has
he has the best stuff.
the best stuff.
I don't know if you guys are deep into Star Wars. This wasn't in any of the movies, but in one of the comics or one of the books, they have this thing called the proto saber, which is what they used like thousands of years before the lightsaber. It's literally a lightsaber like tethered to a giant backpack, which is the power source. When you mentioned that with the guns, I thought of that.
Yeah,
You know, someone made a
it's
real one?
basically exact. Yes,
That's awesome.
It's so cool. Someone made like a kind of Iron Man suit that
It was the same guy. It
flies.
was the same guy.
Yeah, oh, perfect. Yeah, it's the same guy.
I'm pretty sure it was the same guy. The
It's
proto
so
saber.
cool. I'm like, I wanna do that. He's literally like hovering with like fans or whatever.
But
like,
I want the proto
jet
saber.
engines.
I want to just
Oh,
cut shit in
I've-
half.
yeah, of course.
When I'm mad at like the TV, when the team I'm rooting for loses on Family Feud, I'm just gonna cut the TV in half.
perfect.
That's
usage.
expensive, but okay.
The proto saber's more expensive than the TV. I can buy more TVs.
I think you're gonna be in debt after buying that proto saber.
Probably.
I don't think you're gonna have
That's
the
the
budget
fun of it.
to cut them in half.
I'll cut the debt collector in half.
Oh my god! he comes up to your door. Hello, Connor.
At some point, they're just gonna stop sending debt collectors.
Yeah, they're gonna start sending the army.
What are they gonna do? I got a lightsaber.
They got guns. You can't block gunfire.
I'll figure it out.
You don't have the force, dude. You don't have
figure it
those reflexes to block all the firing.
I'll figure it out. Proto sabers, lightsabers, guns
Anyway.
with backpacks strapped to people.
Yes,
That's what Hydra. That's what we're up against with Hydra.
Yeah.
That's the gist of this awesome tangent that we've done.
Yes.
So the soldiers are all breaking out. Steve is still running around looking for Bucky, and then I guess like in a watchtower, we have Schmidt and Zola kind of watching on.
They're
security
looking through
cameras.
through the security cameras.
Yeah.
Schmidt's immediately like she sees Captain America on
Destroying every
the
one
footage. Immediately
of his.
knows who this is and what's going down, and he just like with no hesitation, blip,
Click, click, click,
tick,
click,
tick,
click,
tick,
click,
tick, starts setting off all the self destructs.
What are you doing? Zola's like, what are you doing? No, our research. What are you doing?
Forces are
Now it's
outmatched.
matched. Just like look at the screen. They're being demolished.
Literally
Like,
cut down in droves.
one of them gets like thrown over a car. Like super easy.
I'm not gonna lie. When they stole the giant ass tank, it was over for them.
Oh,
They were
100%.
cooked.
They were
as soon
done.
as soon as they got in the quote unquote Buick, it was over for Hydra.
Oh, this isn't a Buick.
Yeah, that's why I said quote unquote.
Oh, and then the guy's like, "Oh, that's a German word." He's like, "You took German? Yeah, 3 semesters in college. I didn't ask for the resume."
And he switched to French.
Oh yeah, he switched to French, hotter girls or whatever.
So the factory's set to explode, and Steve is still running around. Schmidt and Zola start packing up some of the stuff. I think he takes the Tesseract, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he takes.
No, he leaves that.
No, it's.
Why
it's
don't we see him take the Tesseract?
it's in
No,
Berlin.
yes.
Hitler's holding on to it.
Yeah.
Zola's stealing some blueprints, and I think Zola's running out of the room, and Steve sees him down the hallway.
Well, they're not in that. They're not in that room when they start packing their stuff. But Zola makes his way to that room off screen.
The Bucky
Cap
room.
Cap catches up to them, sees Zola running out, runs for it, looks in, takes a peek into that room, and it's Bucky.
And he sees Bucky, and he's like, "Oh, well, now
no,
I can't chase
He sees
Zola."
a map.
As he's
And
letting
yes.
Bucky out, he glances at the map.
A very quick
covered.
glance.
He just got a
quote
just got a
unquote
quick
quick
look.
glance.
He looks at that map with all of the bases marked on it. He does his best
All
to
5 of
memorize
them
that
or whatever.
location. It was, I think, 5.
I think it was 5.
And he pulls out Bucky, and Bucky's like, "What happened to you?
I joined
Where
the
am
army."
I? I joined the army.
You're taller than I remember. He says something like that. The running
I thought
joke
you were
with,
smaller.
Yeah, I thought you were small. The running joke with Cap is that he's taller.
I thought you were dead. I thought you were taller.
Yeah.
No, fuck.
Thought you were
Smaller.
Yeah. We both did
I thought
that
you were
one.
dead. I thought you were smaller.
And he's like so conked out of it. We don't know this yet, but he's definitely been hit with like all sorts of Winter Soldier crap by now.
I wouldn't say
He would not
Maybe
survive
a-
that fall.
maybe a little bit, but not to the extreme it's going to get. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
Well,
think-
he's not like a double agent, but he's
I don't think
definitely
he's a
been hit
double
with
agent. I think he's been hit with.
the preliminary experiments. That's the stuff that made him survive the fall.
maybe a
He
little
didn't
bit.
wait. He didn't fall yet.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Well,
he doesn't
he
get
would've- it would've been-
recaptured at all.
It would have
until
been
after
during
the
this
fall.
point where he would get the stuff to help.
They
him
mention it,
not
and I
fall.
think Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's what you mean.
so they've
That's what you
definitely
mean.
done.
I
a
think they
good
definitely
deal of
they
experiments.
started experimenting
Yeah.
on him.
But I think at this point he's very salvageable. Like,
Well, yeah, no,
from
but I'm
any
just
condition.
stating like chronologically they've
like,
already
I
started.
don't think. Yeah, they've started. Like, there's a little bit of. I know there's a little bit of brainwashing happening.
Well, he's
because
like saying
doing
numbers when he
exactly
when he finds him, right?
Yeah.
He's saying numbers, and we can see like a device over him that looks like it could be like a light or something.
Some sort of torture
like
device.
probing,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
But I'm pretty sure they say in Winter Soldier that those experiments are how he survived the fall, if I'm remembering correctly.
that's after he was, like, the experiments, like, from him.
You know, there's more than one
To save
experiments, right?
No, I know, but like they saved him, and through the saving and experimenting of saving him, he got his Winter Soldier.
I mean, we'll get to it more when we
Okay,
get to
we'll
Winter
get
Soldier.
to it when we get there.
I'm fairly certain.
Well,
like-
when we rewatch
Like
Winter
he was on
Soldier,
the brink of death, and then they like.
I don't know, with that fall, you're not surviving that as a regular ass guy. It's a huge fall. Anyway, so he braces out Bucky, and that's when the bombs start going off. They're trying to find an exit desperately. They I think one of the paths is blocked, so they make their way up
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
And
eventually cross paths with
with
Schmidt.
and Zola
Yes.
cowering behind him.
Yes.
Schmidt's like, I am a big fan of your films. He obviously knows who he is. He's taunting him. He's goading him along. We are the superior men and blah, 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 blah. I'm better
We
than
are
everyone else.
gods.
We've left humanity behind is, I think, what he says.
They get into a little tuffle. Schmidt punches the shield and makes a dent in it.
Yeah,
which is
and then
pretty
Cap
cool.
throws a punch and it knocks the mask just a little bit loose.
Yeah,
A little
you see
loose.
it
You
in
can
his
see
eyes.
That's when he starts to
yeah.
rip it
The right
off
air-
slowly and disgustingly. And fucking Bucky goes, "You don't have one of those, do you?"
Sure hope not.
Sure hope not.
Sure.
And we see the red skull
We
for the
see
first
the
time.
red skull.
we
The
see
literally-
it.
the
he
literal
tosses
red
his
skull.
face mask into the flames, which I think is like some kind of like symbolic of him
The
tossing
last
off
piece
his
of humanity that didn't burn with the serum is now burning.
Exactly. You know, he's in this moment casting his
Humanity.
off into the flames.
He's full blown
Gone, stolen.
villain.
Well, I
Full-blown Red Skull.
full
now.
Yeah, but now he's full blown Red Skull.
Yeah.
Full blown. No more Schmidt.
But like, there's not a lot of villain you can. There's not like furthermore villain you can get than Johann.
he's already
Schmidt.
worse than Hitler.
Yeah.
Like,
He goes from worse than Hitler to like a worse than Hitler.
yeah.
That's the scope of these Marvel movies. Worse than Hitler? Not even close. He's worse than that.
He's worse than that.
So then eventually, I mean, they have a little conversation.
Zola actually, while
they get in the elevator.
Zola, we're jumping ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Zola pulls the lever when he sees that they're about to fight. To stop the fight.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped ahead.
The
bridges separate. I almost said conveyor belt. The bridges separate. Johann Schmidt goes on his last little tangent. We've left humanity behind. We're blah blah blah. We're so much better than these people. And Cap's like, "Why are you running? If you're so much better." He doesn't respond. He just leaves.
He literally just leaves.
And they go up the elevator.
They go up the elevator.
Wait, why are we going up?
Oh yeah, they there's like the propeller rocket thing.
Why are we going to the roof?
And he's like, "Where will I
Where
sit?"
will I sit? Not
There's
the
only one
scratch,
seat.
doctor. Not a
the
scratch.
scratch.
Hands him
Gives
the
him
car keys.
I'd like to imagine that the car's in the basement.
It is. He has to go all the way back down.
They just went to the roof and now they has to go to all the basement.
There's only one elevator. What is Zola gonna do? Wait for the next one outside the elevator while Cap and Bucky are right there? That's a Robot Chicken sketch right there. They should throw that on Robot Chicken. Seth Green, call me.
So Red Skull takes the ship and gives Zola the keys to the Hydromobile.
Now, there's something I think that's kind of interesting. I'm a big space, science, etc. nerd. The Nazis in real life were ahead of the curve in terms of rocketry. Mm-hmm. They built the first not cruise missile, the first ballistic missile, the V2, which was used in I believe, the Battle of Britain. But a lot of their designs that never ended up being made included stuff like the propeller rocket thing that Schmidt has. Like, that was a real Nazi design that someone made that never was built. Wow. But that was like an actual design.
Well, now Schmidt built it.
Yeah, someone at Hydra built it. Schmidt flies it.
Well, they probably couldn't power it or something. And now that Schmidt has the Tesseract, he can power anything.
There's the real lore of why the Nazis never got past, like, the generic missile.
Yeah.
They never got to the moon because they didn't have the Tesseract.
Yeah. It was being held apart by their scientific division.
Just a few more months, guys. just hold the line. The Americans, the Soviets are coming. If you can hold the line for just one more day, we'll have nukes, I promise.
So Red Skull and Zola are headed out of here.
They part ways, they flee.
But Bucky and
I
Steve
love
are still
Zola.
here.
I'm sorry, I just love that image of Zola throwing his shit in the car and jumping in. This little, like, older, like, middle-aged at minimum guy, little short guy jumping into this ginormous fancy old style car, fleeing at like 300 miles an hour. It's just such a funny image.
Like, how did he not get a scratch on it going 3?
He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
I guess he is.
He's his
As
guy
we
in the
will
chair.
find out
He
in a
can
few
just-
movies, he's that guy.
I guess so, yeah. He is.
He's
that
Red Skull's guy in the chair.
He's that. Oh my god. He's the guy in the car seat.
He's the guy in the car seat.
I could be your guy in the car seat. No, Ned, I don't want a guy in the car seat. Guy in the car seat. So anyway, Bucky and Steve are still in that area that's being blown to bits.
The factory.
The factory.
It is exploding even more now.
Bucky crawls across one of the girders. It collapses before Steve can make it. Steve says, "Go, I'll catch up." No, not without you. So he bends one of the arm holder. What are those
The
things
railing?
called? The railing.
The
thank
railing,
you.
yeah.
Words are failing me this week. He bends over the arm railing so he has a clearing, and he jumps across into the explosion.
He takes like 2 steps on his run up, by the way. He can jump.
Yeah, he's Captain America.
No, I know. I know.
I'm agreeing with
Oh,
you.
okay.
Bozo. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's like he's
I'm
Captain
saying
America.
I'm adding that he's that guy.
He is that guy.
He's
Two
definition.
steps and leaping across.
Definition
that.
of that guy. So anyway, he jumps into the explosion, fade out, fade in, as the Colonel is
He's sending a message.
He's writing his condolence letter to Senator Brandt.
He's having the typist transcribe his killed in action letter.
Yes. He went missing behind lines.
I think it's interesting that he refers to him as
say-
Captain Rogers,
Yeah.
and not just like Steve Rogers. So they're even if it
Well, I
was
think
like,
they gave him the captain title.
Well, yeah, I'm saying it's.
But this is
interesting.
before that. He even knows that he went to go.
Like before he's even
save
like
the
an
men.
official soldier.
Oh. Well, I still think they gave him the rank of captain if they were going to call him Captain America.
Like even as an honorary title, I think it's interesting that it was given to him at all.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I guess it makes sense because he was enlisted, like officially.
Exactly.
Like even if he was never a soldier, he was enlisted.
He was officially enlisted. He went to a camp to train, and then he was picked for a thing,
a program, and then he got
and then he got
sidetracked. He went on a side quest.
Yeah.
with the senator.
Exactly. He went on a side quest, basically.
But you don't
I
leave
still
boot camp a
think-
captain, which is kind of just interesting to think about.
But I think because he was a super soldier,
I don't think it was because he was a super soldier. I think it's because of the tours. The
It was part of his name at this point.
I think it was part of his name.
Yeah, they probably definitely gave it to him as a ceremonial thing. But I
True.
just think it's
But
interesting
at
that
the
they use
same
it.
time, are you really gonna have like your best soldier still be a
Private, rookie,
rookie
Yeah.
private? Like, so that's what I'm just saying
But
as
I
well.
just
They
think it's-
probably were like, it's probably
Yeah.
a combination of everything we're saying.
I just think
really.
it's kind of interesting that it's used. Like the colonel obviously did not care for it at all.
No,
and he
no.
still had the respect of putting it on the death certificate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, a guy's dead.
Yeah.
How do you show your best respect, your most respect? Give him the title of
Yeah.
captain. You know.
But anyway, he writes the letter. The typist, he's pushed out of the room. Go get a cup of coffee, Corporal. And then he chews out Peggy Carter, who
Who's in deep trouble.
stands by her actions resoundingly.
Yeah.
I had faith, she says. And he's like, well, because of your faith, a good man, a bunch of other good men are dead. And then, what the hell is that out there?
A bunch of other good men.
A
are
bunch
dead. What
of-
do you mean a bunch of other good
He
men
says
are
that.
dead? No, I know.
Oh.
I'm like saying, what do you mean to him? To
Well,
him, not to you.
He probably thinks
Like,
in
what
his
do you
mind
mean?
that he got those prisoners of war killed.
But they were already prisoners
I don't
of war,
know.
and
That was
he
what he
didn't
said
have
in the
a. I know.
movie.
I know what.
I
I
know
know.
that. I'm just
I know.
saying-
I am dogging on him, not you, Connor.
Well, maybe you're dogging on the writers. Maybe he should. Maybe
I'm dogging
maybe
on
he
the
was, Maybe he
writers.
was just trying to rub salt in the wound with Carter. Maybe
maybe, but like
he was definitely pissed
he
off.
didn't get them killed because he doesn't know they're coming back yet.
Like, they were
So
already-
I'm
they
just
were already
what do you-
cooked.
Yeah,
They were already
you didn't
cooked.
have any rescue plans. You
Yeah,
killed
he did.
them.
It's called winning the war.
I mean, immediate rescue
I
plans.
know. I'm live Steve Rogers reaction over here.
Quite literally.
But anyway, as he finishes chewing out Agent Carter, there is a commotion outside, and he goes
Big
to look.
commotion. What's going on here?
All of a sudden, in droves, most of the men, I know some of them kind of died.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of
like
them
the
got vaporized.
yeah.
Vaporized.
The first
nothing to
opening
bury.
moments where they launch through the doors, a few of them just get shot right
That
away.
front wave is dead, but the rest of them
Yeah.
made it home alive, guys.
Super stoic walk into
Yeah.
the camp.
Yeah.
Everyone's cheering.
I love
Some
that
of these men
I love
need
that they
medical
took
attention.
All of not all the tanks, but a whole bunch of the tanks and vehicles. They
And
just
weapons,
took everything
they could, basically.
Like Hydra was so beyond cooked at this point. Like there's no recovering from this.
no,
Their
and
only hope. We can
quite-
see it later on with Schmidt. Their only hope is the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
which is why he's so desperate to get it up in the air.
To get it and
Other
go.
than that, they're cooked. They're super duper.
I mean, we see that in very soon.
Yeah.
You know, when they're going to all the
From base
bases.
to base.
Yeah, just demolishing
But I
everything.
mean, even if we didn't have like the locations of those bases, they had all that equipment
yeah,
and
yeah.
technology. Like they're cooked.
Oh yeah.
And then, like you says, he surrenders himself for disciplinary action, and the colonel's like, "I don't think that'll be necessary." Then Bucky's like, "Let's hear it for Captain America," and they all start cheering, and the movie ends. That's the credits. He retires a war hero, marries Peggy, and we never see him again.
And they go dancing.
Yeah, that's how the movie ends, guys.
Yay.
Unfortunately, that's not how the movie ends. Well, fortunately, because the rest of the movie is pretty good. But anyway,
Peggy comes up to him.
there's a celebratory dance, right?
No, they're like, she's like, "You're late."
Oh,
and
yes.
He's like, "I couldn't
Couldn't
call
call
for
my
my
ride,"
ride.
'cause
And
the
the
transponder
transponder
was
that was given
shot
to him
through, like,
it has a
completely
bullet
shot
hole.
through.
Oh, we forgot to mention that. Peggy gave
On the plane, she gave him a transponder to call him, and she's
Yeah.
like, and he's like, "All right, I'll
for
use
a
this."
return
And then it gets
flight,
shot.
and it gets shot. We never get it. We never see it get shot, do we?
No,
If it was
We
in his
just-
pocket, he's got hit.
it was in his
Yeah,
pocket,
yeah.
and then the next time we see it is the hole in it.
Yeah, he takes it out. Couldn't call my ride.
I wonder. They don't make a deal of this at all, but I wonder if that saved his life. Like it was on him when it was shot.
if it's a hip. If it's on his hip. I don't know if it would save his life, but it would save an injury.
Yeah,
It certainly saved.
But do we ever see him get hit with the laser beams?
No.
I don't think so.
well, they didn't.
'Cause they
A laser beam is not going to shoot a hole through that. It's going to
Okay.
destroy it.
Also, I do think these laser beams are not laser
They're
beams.
energy beams.
They're energy beams.
Laser sounds
that
cooler.
transport, but
So we're crossing
They-
the theory territory.
yes, I'm giving you my theory.
I feel like we would have seen them by now. Like we see Schmidt.
They
like 50,000 years later.
vaporize them, but they don't like.
It's not killing them.
It does. It's killing them because
You think it's sending their atoms to the Vormir?
yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like we
they
would have known that
dissipate
by now.
but like you can't.
Well, who would live to tell the tale?
Yeah, there would be
Schmidt.
there would be no.
Schmidt, something else
He's
happens.
on Vormir.
Something else
Yeah,
happens to
but-
Schmidt. That's a little more unique.
Yeah, his is unique. His is direct contact.
Let me just put it this way. I feel like that's something we would have found out by now
How?
in universe. I don't know.
How?
I mean, it's also not really like that.
It's not that important. It's just one of those kind of
Maybe, but
they
I
vaporize.
still
They
think it's-
die.
I don't think they're
But I
being
think
vaporized
that-
and then transported.
No.
Vormir. I think
I
they're
think
just
it's an
being vaporized.
attempt at transportation, but they end up vaporized. It's like the beginning of Star Trek transportation.
You've lost me.
You've never seen Star Trek. Whatever.
He's lost me.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I've lost the crew. That's my
get
mini
vaporized.
theory.
They get-
Connor doesn't understand it.
they
Go
get
on.
atomized. They literally.
But the
speak and get
transponder
atomized.
maybe survived. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe that's the
get
who
atomized.
actually lives to tell the
Let's
tale.
put it this way:
Atoms.
they're getting shot at by bullets in the plane, not the laser beams or the energy beams. So there has to be real bullets down there.
Oh no! They have real bullets. Yeah.
Like if he was hit by that, he'd be dead. So I
No. They have. I mean, when we see them firing at the plane, I mean, you can think that that's like the front lines, basically, right? So that's more Nazis than Schmidt, but we're also like,
I guess so. All right. Anyway, yeah, we've gone on so many freaking tangents.
We get a brief scene with Senator Brandt wanting to give Captain America.
He
back-
wants to give them the hero's medal, or
Yeah.
whatever medal it is specifically, and he just doesn't show up because he's too busy. I can't gloss over this. Stan Lee.
Yes.
He's in the crowd.
Yes.
I think he's a general in the crowd.
Well, yeah, because
he'd be taller.
Yeah.
Senator Brandt is like gesturing for someone to come out because he's thinking Captain
And the
be
guy,
there.
some
Yeah.
guy
His
comes out to
assistant
tell
or
him that
something.
he's not there.
That he's not there, yeah.
And Stan Lee thinks he's him, and he's like, I thought he'd
Wow,
be taller.
I thought he'd be taller. Yeah, there's the joke again. The running joke.
Stan Lee.
And then we cut to the SSR war room.
Yes, during the ceremony, he's there giving them as much info as he can
He's
remember.
the map out from his quick
Yes.
glimpse.
He's like,
I only
there's
got a
one
quick look.
here, there's one here, there's one here.
And I don't remember what he says specifically, but he's giving like relatively detailed call outs. I think does he mention the Maginot line? He may. But he's mentioning stuff like that. Like he's not just pointing to the map and saying here. He's saying like
Yeah.
something miles from the so and so.
6. Oh, there's 6 of them. About here, 30, 40 miles west of the
Maginot line.
Maginot line. Yep.
I just got a quick look is what he
So he
ends
knows
with.
his stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously
I just
we've
got a
seen
quick
him,
look. Yep, there
we've
it
seen
is.
him the entire movie like reading and studying. So he makes up for his original lack of bronze for his brain.
Yeah.
So he's mapping out the thing, and he also mentioned that Bucky said that Hydra was shipping out parts to a secret base that's not on the map. So
Yes.
there is another additional base on top of the ones on the map.
Which is probably the main one.
The big,
wonder.
the one in
The
the
big
Alps.
one, yeah.
We don't know that yet. Yeah, we know that yet. So anyway, what happens next? Then
So and the SSR sends Cap and his team to go wipe out Hydra.
Well,
before that,
they want to put it together a team for him.
They say we want to put you. We have the best men being assembled. He's like, with all due respect, sir. So do I.
So do I,
And
yeah.
it's that fucking pub
So,
in
yeah.
London where they're all getting drunk and celebrating their freedom. And Cap's like, "You guys want to go back into that densely war territory with me?" They're
Yeah.
like, sure. Why the hell not? You gonna buy us another tab? Buy us
Are you
another
going to
tab.
start a tab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do me one favor. Start a tab or
And
whatever.
he just
it is,
does.
yeah.
And you can hear him go, "That was easy."
Yeah. He gets up, starts walking over. And he's like, that was easy. Nice. We just got a tab. Woo.
And then you see Peggy Carter walk in looking for him.
Whole bar,
Whole
goes,
bar
silent,
goes silent.
and everyone just looking
Can
at
you
her.
blame them?
No.
For Christ's sake.
And she tells him that Howard has
Howard
some
is
new
waiting
tech.
for them
Yeah.
the next day. This is 6 o'clock sharp.
Eight?
0600 or 0800?
0800?
I think 08.
0800 sharp, let's say,
I believe so.
for his equipment.
Yeah.
And Bucky is like, yo, you want to go dancing? And she's just not paying attention to him at all.
The right partner. I'm
he's,
looking
he's
for the
kind
right
of Bucky's
partner.
like trying to insert himself.
What
in
are
the
we waiting
conversation.
for? Oh yeah, because she's like, go
Locked onto
dancing, and he's like, so what are we waiting for? Bucky's like, so what are we waiting for? And she just looks at him and goes, the right partner, and walks away.
And then Bucky's like, I'm turning into you. I'm invisible.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this
He's
earlier.
like, it's not all bad. You'll get used to it or
I
whatever.
mentioned it earlier. That's another thing I really like about Steve as a character. He never becomes like this perfect holier-than-thou guy. He's just one of the guys.
Yeah.
Like they're his actual friends.
He stays humble.
Yes.
He stays grounded.
And I really do like that.
Yeah. He's the guy. He's
the
Captain
guy.
America.
Captain America, including the beer and the apple pie.
Yeah. Except you can't get drunk.
Well, we'll hear about
Yeah,
that.
that's later. We hear about that later.
In a slightly less upbeat scene.
Yeah.
And then we go to the
place,
meeting.
Though.
Yes, before the meeting, he's waiting for Howard Stark, and one of the women of the Corps, I guess, whoever it is, one of the nurses maybe, is trying to thank him for saving those men. The women of America owe you.
Well, she gives him no glances at first,
and then she realizes.
And
before
then
we
she
get
looks
to the
up from the
scene,
paper,
Howard is testing the piece that.
Oh
Steve brought.
yes, little tiny speck, and he touches the contacts and it
completely little, and all he
sends
does
him flying across the room.
is send like a little tiny bit of electricity into it or whatever.
Well, he completes the circuit. I think is what that was. He connects the contacts and he completes the circuit.
Yeah, okay.
So now electricity.
Well,
from
there was
flowing.
electricity like jolting to it. That's why I said that.
It blows
it backwards. He's like on his ass. Looking, his goggles are like vertical. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. He said like seems harmless enough.
And
Like
it immediately literally blows up in his face.
blows up right there.
Write that down. So meanwhile, Steve's outside waiting. The woman's trying to congratulate him, thank him.
Well,
for
she
his
gives no
hard
pay,
work.
no mind.
Well, then when she realizes who he is, she's immediately on the Steve train.
Yeah. Let me flirt real quick with this guy and get in his pants.
Yeah. He's Captain America. She's gonna shoot her shot.
Of course, yeah.
hurt
Immediately,
to
come
try,
on
I
over
guess.
here behind this.
Grabs him by the tie, pulls him in, and that's when Peggy Carter shows up.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of this trope, generally speaking. I think everything that happens afterwards makes it funny. Like the way she reacts in the equipment room and how Howard and Steve react to that. I think that's quite amusing. The trope in general, I'm just not a huge fan of. It's like so cliche.
The like
the woman sees
like
the
the
guy
woman's
doing something like
misunderstanding,
seeing
blown
a
out of
misunderstanding.
proportion.
Yeah. Like she wasn't there for the entire
Yeah.
thing. She didn't see that she's the one who pulled.
And he's very
him
clearly
in.
not into it until
Yeah.
the kiss.
I
And then
think
he's
she should
immediately
also
like-
know, like, at this point, who Steve is. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think he would do something like
But
that.
to be fair, I'd be kind of jealous too. But like,
Well,
speaking from like a narrative standpoint, I just not a big fan of the trope.
fair enough. It's not really that good of a trope.
That's what I'm saying.
It really isn't. It's
I'm
just one of those
glad that
tropes.
it's not really revisited. Like they do the gag that we'll
Yeah.
get to in 30 seconds.
And then it's
that's
just
why
kinda-
I like it in this movie because of what happens next. So he's.
I think
looking
it
at the-
is a setup for the gag.
Yeah, absolutely, but you know.
Because I think like he like not hounds at her, but like says over and over, "It's not what you think. It's not what you think," and he probably tells her later on.
And
Probably
he brings up the fondue again.
Yeah, he
yeah.
brings up fondue.
She doesn't even respond to that, right? She just kind of like
She
scoffs
just like
and walks
rolls
away.
her eyes.
Oh,
and
she's like,
rolls away.
you still have no idea how to talk to a woman. She
And then
leaves.
Howard tells him.
And then he's like, what? It
Fondue.
cuts to after he's asked Howard what the hell's going on. He's like, fondue's just cheese and crackers, my friend.
Yeah.
The one time in human history, A. Stark was not flirting.
Yeah,
He was
just actually
actually-
saying you want to
you
stop
wanna
by
get
for
fondue.
cheese and crackers, dude.
oh man, Howard Stark is kind of great.
How do I know you and fonduing? Sorry.
He says, how do I know you two aren't fondue?
Yeah.
Fondue's just cheese and crackers. But anyway, they're in the room, the equipment room. They're looking at the shields. He's showing them the prototype shields.
I gotta say, they're kind of ugly looking. The ones that he was showing him, like the main ones.
Realistically, I'm sure they were practical. Like the
Yeah.
one that's rounded, that kind of protects you like a little bit from the sides, is ugly as sin, but probably practical. I don't know. I'm not a war expert.
But one catches his eye on the bottom
On the
shelf.
bottom shelf,
Bottom shelf.
Howard Stark says it's a prototype, but
No,
he
that's
picks
just
it
a
up.
prototype.
Now, I didn't come up with this, but I saw it online and I thought it was really interesting, so I want to make a note of it. He asks why it's not standard issue.
Yeah.
Not why isn't this the first thing you gave me? He asks, why isn't it standard issue? He wants to know why the super strong thing isn't
super light.
Super strong, super light thing isn't for everyone as opposed to just Captain America. Someone I saw online pointed it out, and I thought that was very interesting. It's just the way he says it.
It's just I feel like it's just the way his character is. He's not thinking of himself.
He's thinking generally for the army. And then Howard Stark says,
why
that's
haven't
the
we made
last
these?
we got.
That's all we got.
What is it?
Well, it's made of vibranium.
Vibranium.
I almost said adamantium, and I know you guys are both going to shoot me for that.
We would shoot.
They don't have the rights to that. They can't do that.
Yeah,
not yet. We've crossed that line.
We'll cross that line in like 20 years.
In the Hulk sequel without the Hulk. That movie had everything from every movie except the movie it was a sequel for. So goofy.
Basically.
Yeah. But anyway.
But it's prototype vibranium
prototype shield. Peggy walks in. He's like, hey, how does this look? What do you think about this?
What do you think
this big grin on his face.
Just picks up a handgun.
Shoots
boom,
at
boom,
it.
boom, boom.
Yes, I think it works.
And
then she leaves. And then he and Howard are both like, they don't say it, but their face is like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, really?
Without even looking at each other, he hands him a piece of paper. I had some ideas about the uniform.
Like, hey,
whatever you want.
Just takes it without looking. And then it cuts to the montage, right?
The Hydra Raids montage.
Yeah. Hydra Raids montage in the new uniform with the new shield. It's still got the bullet markings on it from when she shot at him. I thought that was hilarious.
So yeah, we see Steve and his team raiding and exploding the Hydra bases from the map in a pretty cool montage.
Yeah. Another thing that I thought was neat, this isn't really like a storytelling thing, just like what they did with the shot, the angles. The sniper scope is on Steve, and you think, oh God, there's a sniper on him, and then it's Bucky.
Yeah.
And the sniper looks up, shoots one of the Hydras, and it's Bucky.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
I was a big fan of the montage.
I like the montage. It really shows
they're working together
how
really
they're
well.
working together.
There's no, issues logistically or connectively, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
They're a group
a good
well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and like they're taking everyone out. Yeah. They're clearing the board.
And during the montage, Schmidt shows up after the battles and all of
everyone
destroyed.
He's like, "Oh my God, I'm hearing they're done. They're destroyed this one now
he shows
too."
Up. You are failing. Is that the next scene? That's the next scene, right?
I do want to note in the montage, Peggy and the Colonel are watching like a film reel.
Oh yes, they're watching a film reel.
And she sees that Steve has a locket with her picture in it.
He has a cutout from one of the newspapers with her picture in it.
With her picture in
it.
And
he he closes it, looks at the cameraman like, "Come on, man."
Yeah. I don't think he's like.
He doesn't give him a
man.
dirty glance, but like he looks at the camera, like you can see in his eyes, he's thinking, "Oh God, this is gonna be in the theaters." You can see him thinking it. He's not like angry.
I'm not entirely sure if
you
that's
can see
what he's thinking in the moment, but
well, if you look back at the scene, you see it like in his eyes.
Well, I think it's something else, but
he's in love.
I know he's in love.
So anyway, after the montage, Johann Schmidt is chewing out one of the dudes at the factory. We fought to the last man. Evidently not. Pew! That guy's dead.
Vaporizes him.
Completely vaporized.
And then we go to the train raid.
The train raid. Oh man.
This is the big one.
They're on the cliff in the middle of the. Is this the Alps? It's got to be close-ish to the Alps, right?
I think it's fairly close.
Wherever
they're not
he's
close
going,
to the base,
they
but
really must
they're in
Zola.
that general like region.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're in snowy mountains.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not going to find that on the beaches in Normandy.
And then it's like they say wherever they need Zola, they really need him there.
Yeah, because they what did they say? They put up the throttle.
Yeah, they're going really fast.
And then there's another. They're going really fast. And then there's another like exchange between Steve and Bucky, where Bucky's like, "Remember when I made you ride that thing at the carnival and you threw up? Is this payback? Nah."
And they zip
Why would I do that? They zip line down on the train. This is a really good scene all around. I thought I guess you could say the choreography, but the everything about that scene is pretty neat. The zip lining down, the fight itself. There's these two big like stormtrooper-esque Hydra dudes.
No, there's only one with the big guns.
I thought there was two.
No, there's two big guns, but there's only one person.
So
One person, two big guns.
Yeah.
Cap and Bucky sneak onto the cars itself,
And they're separated.
and they get separated.
They
by
get
the door.
separated.
Cap-
Zola remotely closes the door.
Closes.
Fire again! Pew! Fire again!
So Cap is fighting the guy with
The
two
big,
guns.
he gets locked in with the big guy. Meanwhile,
Bucky's
Bucky
got the
gets
little guy,
locked
right?
in with
Or the regular
a
guy.
couple of regular
Yeah.
guys. Yeah. And they have him pinned down.
Yes.
But eventually Cap knocks down the dual blaster guy.
Yeah, and he gets the door open. And
he gives him a gun.
Bucky's
They
out of
regroup.
ammo.
He tosses Bucky
him
the
the
gun.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Takes him out.
push like the container.
Yeah,
through.
you ready? Pushes the container. Guy has to come out of cover. Bucky one-shots him in the head. And then the guy with the two big guns gets
Well, now
back
it's
up.
one big gun. He took out.
Oh, yeah,
one
he
gun.
took out.
And he shoots him. He hits the shield. It hits the side of the train.
And then
blows
tragedy
it up.
ensues. Bucky gets sucked out of the hole in the train, grabs on for dear life. He's reaching for Steve. Steve's reaching for Bucky.
Well, Cap
and
goes to fight the guy.
He
who
takes-
shot him.
He has
takes
to
the guy
finish
out.
taking the guy out. Yeah.
He reaches for Bucky.
I think does he grab his shield again and just throw it at him?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he doesn't go back for it immediately, obviously. Because
Well, yeah, his Bucky's
the
hanging
shield's-
out of the.
Well, what I'm saying is the shield's gone in the train. It's somewhere
Yeah,
else on the train
it's
now.
somewhere in the train.
He reaches for Bucky, and tragedy strikes. The
grab
bar
my
he's
hand!
holding on to cracks, and Bucky goes tumbling into the snowy depths of
It's like a ravine sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes falling down.
And there he goes. And we never saw Bucky again.
No, never, ever, ever again.
And then
As
that-
we just.
that-
And then the other guy who was on the train with them, who was on the roof, finally makes his way to the front and captures Zola.
Yeah. And he
I
captures
will
Zola.
say, it really did look like Sebastian Stan was just standing up and going
on a
like
green
this.
screen. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to have
On his
Sebastian Stan
falling.
fall that distance.
No.
on
I know. I'm just pointing it out.
I think with
'cause
this
we've
movie
mentioned
specifically, you
it.
could tell the green screen backgrounds are
Yeah.
more obvious.
They're
than-
There's one
very
thing I'd
much
like
more
to say, though. Well,
obvious.
two things, I guess, now that you mentioned that. Not long before I watched Cap 1 for this, I watched the first Batman with Nicholson, and I wasn't thinking about when Bucky fell, about how weird it probably looked, because when the Joker falls to his death in Batman 89, it's like a bunch of stills of Jack Nicholson, like a flip book. That's what it looks like. So, like, Bucky looked so much better than that, because it was like 20 years
because
between
it's
the movies.
still But comparing to nowadays,
Yeah.
it looked like he was standing up and like waving his hands in the air.
And the other thing I want to note is that in the comic books, Bucky was dead for a long time, like in real life. Supposedly, the statement that now is "no one stays dead except for Uncle Ben" used to be "no one stays dead except for Uncle Ben, Bucky, and Tim Drake." Not Tim
Really?
Drake. Jason Todd, I think it is.
Oh.
Is it Tim Drake or Jason Todd?
Are
The
you
second
talking about the
Robin.
Red Hood?
Yeah.
Who comes back from the dead? I believe
was also,
that's
like-
Jason.
Yes, but there was like a real world difference of like 20 years there.
Yeah, yeah.
So those are like the big three that stayed dead. And now we're down to Uncle Ben. So how long do you think before they bring back Uncle Ben?
Never.
I know.
Never.
So then they
That's the one character you just can't.
Don't tempt them comic book artists.
Oh, I'm sure they
or
will.
writers. Don't tempt
They've
them.
done alternate universes.
I will
but
tell
give
you,
give it a
will
few
fail.
more years.
It probably will fail then.
Madam Web has Uncle Ben.
You just proved my point.
We gotta watch Madam Web, guys, any day now.
But before we get to Madam Web,
They've captured Zola. The Colonel comes in with the steak and that's milk, right? Steak and milk.
steak,
and
milk, potatoes.
Yeah.
potatoes. I think
peas,
there's
a
couple,
whole plate.
Little
It's a
bit
nice
of broccoli.
meal for a person.
Yeah.
He drops it down in the cell with Zola. Zola very obviously does not trust this because
No.
he's been working with Hydra for so long.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is interesting to know that this is the first Hydra guy to not kill themselves.
Well, he
after
Yeah.
being
points this. He
captured.
points,
He
this
points
out.
us out. Yeah.
You can also see in his face as soon as the Colonel starts eating the steak, you can see like a little bit of.
It's like, oh shit! I
Yeah.
could have eaten that.
You could see it in his face. Like it's not like obvious, but you could see. Oh man,
Yeah.
and it looked good too.
See, that one I agree with you
Yeah.
on. That he was a little regretful that
So the
he
Colonel
didn't.
starts to go on his, I guess you'd say, monologue about how Zola's the only one they caught alive. Everyone else
I
has
have a
swallowed
theory.
a cyanide pill or something.
I think you want to live.
I think you want to live.
And he offers him a deal.
He offers him a
Yeah.
deal tell us what we need to know, and we'll
return you to Switzerland.
Yeah, we won't. Well, no, the Switzerland thing was a fake out. I thought.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's a fake out. We sent this message,
the encoded version.
Yeah, encoded,
which they're banking on it being broken,
which they know it is.
And then Zola's like, he would know it's a lie, and the colonel's like, they're not going to care. You're a liability.
Yeah.
So help us out, and we won't execute you at the Nuremberg trials. So he helps them out. He gives them the last location, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's in the Alps or whatever.
Well, they obviously don't have it before this, and then they have it.
The scene ends with Zola saying that Red Skull's target is everywhere.
Oh, yeah. What's his target? Where is he going?
Right before that, he emphasizes that he's capable of doing this.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just a crackpot. He's like, if you want to do something,
he's not crazy.
Well, he's crazy, but he's not making it up.
Yeah,
well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
He's saying he does.
Like, Zola's basically going, if you're going to do something, you have to do it.
Yes, and then we go to the Hydra base.
Yes.
Red Skull's prepping his team.
He's giving them the speech, Hail Hydra, and they all start chanting.
If they cut off one head, two more shall take its place.
Yeah.
And it is a big army of soldiers.
Oh my god,
bajillion Hydra goons in there.
Yeah.
All armored up like
all
stormtroopers.
armored like stormtroopers. I gotta say, that armor's pretty cool. Am I allowed to say that?
So aesthetically different.
That's like the quintessential like bad guy armor.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
And then we go back to the pub.
And then they go back to the pub.
Lonely pub.
Bucky is
the blown
and the
up
pub
dead.
It's in ruins.
Because this is during the Battle
blown up.
of Britain. There's one of the Nazis' many bombing campaigns on London.
Yes.
The pub has been completely totaled.
And we just
fitting location for Steve to drown his sorrows.
Unfortunately,
his sorrows can swim.
Drown, yeah. His metabolism goes 4 times
something
faster?
like that.
4 times faster than.
And he's like, I can't get drunk, and
he blames himself for Bucky's death.
He blames himself for Bucky's death. If he had just been 1 second faster.
Yeah.
And she
like,
tells,
you can't blame me.
Or if he didn't like drop the shield and Bucky took, it's just he's probably playing the scenes over and over in his head. Like, if only I grabbed that shield before Bucky did.
You know what's great is we get the rewind button.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Rip Bozo, right? But Peggy tells him it's not your fault. He was a soldier. He made his choice, and he would want you to make yours.
He followed you into all those dangerous missions.
Yeah.
And then Steve makes it his mission.
He makes it his mission to end Hydra.
Yeah.
Dead or captured.
And
I that's another thing about, Steve being the quintessential good guy. Mm-hmm. He doesn't say, I'm going to kill all of those bastards. He says dead or captured.
Yeah.
He knows that it's a war and there's going to be death, but he's not going to go out of his way.
It's not his
to simply kill all of them. He's not going to kill or capture them. It's the little stuff like that really adds to his character.
It's great. It's like little tiny hints into his personality. It's, like, if you're not looking for it, you totally miss it.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the war room.
Yeah. Yes, the war room. They're planning out.
Well, now with Zola's information.
They're now planning out their final mission to take down Schmidt once and for all. Someone quips, well, we can't just go through the front door. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? That sounds like the best thing to do.
So Steve, notably just Steve, Captain America here, fights his way in on his motorcycle, gets past the first outside gate, but can't get into the building before he's captured.
Yeah.
This scene is really cool because you see him at his best. He's got everything.
Oh, yeah. He's like...
Odds are against him. He's got his shield.
He's
that
still
shield is taking the tanks,
too.
Like being hit with a vaporization beam.
Yeah. He's going nuts getting into this place.
They need 2 like ginormous Hydra goons with the dual flamethrowers. Just to capture him.
Just to corner him. So the rest of the guys can surround him.
Yeah. Yes.
He's that guy.
He is that guy.
Well, we'll get to it in a minute, but he says something afterwards that I think is kind of funny.
Also, during this scene, there is the Wilhelm scream.
Yes, this is the Wilhelm scream time.
I mentioned the SpongeBob one earlier. I just want to mention this one.
Yeah, no, because the scream, I love the Wilhelm scream.
But yes, solo infiltration mission, but maybe
fails,
quote unquote fails. Connor's doing hand gestures that you guys can't see.
He'll throw in a gif of someone doing the quote unquote gesture.
Don't make more work for our poor friend here.
You're gonna throw in the gif and you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Okay. He just gave me a sad look. Chat, clip that. So he's captured. His mission is supposedly
I didn't realize we had a chat now.
There's a comment section.
Yeah, comment section, not chat. We're not
Chat,
on Twitch.
listeners, viewers, audiences,
People.
All right, whatever you want to call yourselves.
People of Bikini Bottom.
Except that we're not calling you that. As much as I love the people of Bikini Bottom, just as much as I do, that's SpongeBob. Wrong universe.
Well, SpongeBob exists as a fictional character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we will later find out with Avengers Infinity War. Remember when Tony Stark calls that guy Squidward?
Yes.
He's looking at me like the dirtiest look. I like SpongeBob, all right?
I know,
Go
I
fuck
do
yourself.
too. Just joking with you.
I know.
But
We have
Cap is
fun
being the
He's being detained. He's dragged
Yes.
through the building, the compound, I guess you'd call it. And Schmidt is like, well, I am the superior, blah, blah, blah. What makes you so special? And he's like, nothing. I'm not that guy. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm
Right
from Brooklyn.
Right hook into the face.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
I can do this all day.
I can do
well,
this.
unfortunately, I'm on a tight schedule.
Yeah.
Holds up the laser gun to his head, and then
And
all
then
of a sudden,
there's noise happening. What's that?
thunk, thunk, thunk. The zip lines hit the glass right outside the window. They come in, they
come
ambush
in,
him.
yep.
Schmidt starts to flee. They're starting to take down. They kick all that ass.
You're gonna need this, right?
You're gonna need this.
All
Hands him a shield.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the entrance is when the actual 107th, the rest of them show up to take down.
This is all hands on deck.
All hands on
yeah.
deck.
Everyone. We see the
everyone
colonel,
and their mother.
Peggy's there
Peggy,
too.
yeah.
Colonel on
she
the
has
front
a,
lines.
She has a gun.
Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
British agent on the front lines. They're throwing everybody here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're so desperate, they're throwing the British at this. I'm Irish. I have to make those jokes.
And they're storming this base.
They're storming this
They
base.
are
People are running in, getting
storming it,
vaporized.
yeah.
And
and
they're
they're shot.
vaporizing them, but they're winning.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
everywhere.
pushing
One,
in.
the
They're
one,
pushing
the one
in.
Hydra guy's like, cut off one head. Let's go fight
Running
two more.
away. Yeah. I love that part.
So that's happening. Red Skull's trying to flee. He also vaporizes some people. Things are going down.
Well, interestingly, he's not trying to flee just for his life. He's trying to finish the mission.
He's trying to get to the Valkyrie.
trying to get
He's
to the
trying
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
He's fleeing the area to go
Well,
elsewhere.
yes.
Cap has to throw his shield to block the
he
door.
throws the shield, it hits
He's
the wall,
strategically
gets to the doorway.
advancing out
love
of the
that.
battle. That's what he's doing. That's
Yes.
totally what he's doing.
I love the moment where he throws the shield. And
But then he
bounces
gets
off
cornered
the
by another
wall.
flamethrower guy.
Oh,
There's always a
these
flamethrower
damn
guy.
Flamethrower guys.
And then someone takes a shot, blows the flamethrower guy up. It blows up his, I guess, the gas tank,
The energy pack.
and it's
Yeah,
well, it's a
whatever it is.
flamethrower. You don't need
Yes.
you don't need the fucking Infinity
Yeah,
Stones for a flamethrower.
I guess you don't need the Tesseract for this one.
That's over. I could totally see them doing that though. Just for
Oh,
the,
could you just see like a plasma, like
a blue
just
flame.
yeah, blue, just
Peggy to the rescue.
yeah.
Peggy the rescue.
Let's be real though. If that was the Infinity Stone, he wouldn't have been like burned alive. He would have been incinerated. He just blows up the traditional way. And there's Peggy, and she comes to the rescue and tells him to keep going, and he keeps going.
Okay. Before he keeps going, he
There's a bit of
totally wants to kiss her in this moment.
Yes. There's a bit of a
100%.
Do you blame him?
No,
Exactly.
But you skipped over it.
Well, there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
in
but
this
we gotta
scene.
point out this romance.
He's
because it's
madly-
important.
He's madly in love with her because
Yes.
she's Peggy Carter.
Yes, and she's
And
a badass, and he's a badass, and they're
Yeah.
badass together.
And if anyone could agree that that's probably the way to go.
Yeah,
Peggy
and then
Carter.
he leans in, he wants to kiss her, and,
And
she's like,
"You've
"Don't
got-
you have somewhere
you've
to
got
be?"
Somewhere to be. And he's like, "Oh man,
You got, yeah. He's like, "Oh, damn it, fine, yep, that's right,
Johann
I
Schmidt
do."
cock blocks this
Yep.
poor dude.
And then he
several times.
goes running after him again.
And Red Skull and a couple soldiers enter the Valkyrie. They start loading onto the ship.
And as they're being
Well-
loaded up, there's a massive battle going on in the hangar, not even just in the facility.
And
There's-
the people who are following Schmidt up die.
yeah, they
get shot.
They
But
get
there are
shot.
a few who enter the ship.
Yes, there
Yes,
are. There,
yes.
I think they're already on the ship. I think the people who are following
We
Schmidt,
do see at least one or two goons get on the ship, don't we?
I don't think so. I think we only see that scene where Schmidt's getting up on the ship, and
So then they must have
those-
already been on the plane. But
Yeah,
the thing about
and
that
then, like,
is,
the three
why would they?
ones
There
or
were
whatever.
bombs for like every freaking city on the eastern seaboard. There's like a dozen bombs. Why do they only have like two goons on the plane?
Well, they weren't ready yet.
They weren't ready yet.
But why were they just hanging out on the plane?
They could have beat Schmidt to the plane.
Maybe, but
But
whatever.
he was in a different part of the compound they could have been working on the plane, getting it ready for
gunshots,
takeoff.
they just climb in.
Exactly, yeah. You know, like it's totally possible that people are in the hangar
I get the picture.
when the whole thing happens.
So Red Skull gets into the plane. He puts a tesseract in like the control module,
Powers the entire thing
plane.
up.
He begins to take off.
and he sets course for New York.
New York.
Well,
yeah.
America specifically.
No, but it is New York.
No,
It starts with
specifically
New York.
New York City.
It does start with New York City.
Specifically.
So the ship starts to move as Steve bursts into the hangar area.
He tries his very best to catch up to
run.
no avail.
He's running.
He's not,
And then all of a sudden, hop in. They pull up in his fucking
They took his
Nazi
car.
supercar.
the Hydromobile.
The Hydromobile.
With a
Quick
freaking
to the Hydromobile.
nitrous button. Like, what the
You think that was an Infinity Stone powered nitrous button?
Yes.
I'm sure he tried
yes.
Goes out of his way
100%
to
it was
power
powered.
his car with the
Yes.
Tesseract.
Yes.
That's the kind of guy Schmidt is.
That is his car. 100% he did
throws
that.
everything at his car. It's probably like got James Bond shit under the hood. You could press a button and this is the machine gun. I wouldn't be surprised. So anyway, they hop in the car and it takes off with the nitrous button. He's about to jump on. Wait! They make out.
Totally
There's-
wrong moment, Peggy.
Well, as we
I mean,
as
it
we'll
is
find out.
the last moment you get a chance to. Yes.
They have the corny music in the
but
background.
like they're running out of airway.
he looks
or
at the
He finished the
airway.
kips. He looks at the colonel.
I'm not kissing you.
Yeah.
So then he jumps onto the wheel as it's being retracted in, and all of a sudden,
Doors
quiet.
closed. Yeah.
Well, no, he jumps on. They swerve the car.
Okay, yes, they stop
It's
the
a little
car
cooler.
right before
Yeah.
they drive off the cliff
Like
and
the
die horrifically.
the back like two wheels or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
I just
when
wanted
they
to
see him
mention
take
and
off.
then instead of trying to get out of the car that's about to, I mean, I guess it is more
Adrenaline.
front heavy, but like instead of them like this car could still slip backwards and fall off, and yet they both, well, especially Peggy, just stands up and looks after the plane.
You gotta make sure he's not like falling out. Right?
He's already.
He
You already
missed
saw them. Oh my god! Could you imagine? Just like she looks, and then it cuts to the plane flying, and then you just see one little tiny speck of body falling.
That's another robot chicken gag that you gotta do. Seth Green, call me. Just a little tiny speck. Like,
yeah, just the speck,
And then we go in the plane.
and now we're in the plane. Yes.
now he's in this complete silence. He's looking around. All of a sudden,
we see the bombers.
oh yeah, I'm skipping that part.
Well,
he
he
glances
sees
at
the bombs.
He glances.
Yeah,
well,
the
they're
New
they're
York
manned bombs.
Yeah.
Piloted bombs.
Plane bombs.
They're
Do
I
not
think they're
necessarily.
kamikaze bombs. Or,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
They're
Well,
not
there
gonna-
is a parachute.
You could see the
Yeah,
front of the plane.
I get. Yeah.
The front of the plane is painted like a bomb,
Yes, I meant like
like a cartoon bomb. That's how bombed
Yes.
these planes are.
I meant like, do you think that Schmidt wanted them to kamikaze or pull the parachute?
I think
What
regardless,
are they
the
going to do
explosion
once they're
would've
in
killed them.
America? They're going to
That's what I'm saying. And they've been
taking.
taking the cyanide pills, so I think they were sent on a kamikaze mission.
Yes, I thought that was very, very obvious. Actually,
Well, I mean, one pulls a parachute at one point.
yeah, for emergencies, that was an emergency.
Fair enough.
In real life,
I wanted zero confusion.
in real life, if I'm remembering this correctly, the Japanese are obviously well known for the kamikaze.
Yeah, they didn't have enough fuel.
Well, not even that. It's their policy was don't waste the plane. If you can't make your kamikaze worthwhile, fly home to base. So I suspect the same philosophy is in here.
Yeah,
They're not going to
makes
waste
sense.
a bomb or a pilot if they don't make it to the job. But they're definitely 1,000% there
Yeah.
to kamikaze.
Yeah, I was just trying to point it out.
So Steve's in the hangar, in the plane, and he sees all the bombs, and eventually these soldiers come out.
They start fighting, and the fight makes their way to one of the bombs.
I do
It's-
want to note, though, back in the scene with Howard, he mentions that, they're never going to use a pocket knife on you. And then one of the
Yeah,
soldiers-
one of them
behind you
uses
guys
a
tries
pocket
to
knife.
stab
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I just wanted to note that. But yes, they
That
do
is really funny.
have a bit of a fight.
The fight makes their
kerfuffle.
way to the first bomb. They open the hangar door, and the bomb falls out, and one of the Hydra guys falls
Yeah,
out.
he's just like,
this
"Whee!"
poor bastard. You could see that the instant he hits the air, and he just goes, ah! He's just gone. Poor bastard.
And then another guy gets thrown into the,
Yeah.
the
They-
open pit.
They
yeah.
make their way to the second bomb, and the guy climbs in, and Steve jumps after him.
Yeah, he takes off.
And now they're out of the plane. See, that's why they have, the parachute. Obviously, they're not going to...
Fair enough, yes. What was it the New York one?
No, I think it was the Boston one.
Boston. No, not Boston.
No, the first one was the Chicago.
The Chicago one falls first.
Yeah, Chicago one falls. I think the one they fly is the Boston. The SS Boston. That's crazy.
That's kind of funny.
I hope you don't get demonetized for this, but the SS Boston. He just glanced. You can cut that out. I had to.
So they're fighting on the...
Yes, they're fighting. The pilot's on the bomb. Oh, and there's another Hydra guy on the top with Steve. Yeah. The guy's trying to shake them off, and the second poor bastard...
so gruesome.
If you thought getting disintegrated by the Hydra guns were bad, this guy gets shredded to pieces.
Completely
there's red
utterly.
mist flying out of the back.
It's just red mist.
He's just gone. I wouldn't want to be that guy.
No.
The vaporized felt better.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be fighting Captain America, period.
Yeah, unless I was the Red Skull.
Fair enough, yes.
I'd still lose because this is Marvel.
Yes.
But I'd have better odds.
You'd be sent to not be able to hold an Infinity Stone.
What? I could simply not hold the Tesseract and I would have lived. I probably would have died afterwards. He probably would have just killed me, but I wouldn't have died.
It would have been... I still think Steve has the upper hand in the fight.
Yeah, but I would have survived longer.
Yes.
I
mean, you do survive. You're just on a different planet.
Yeah, but I would not
unable
want to
to obtain the power.
On Vormir for longer than I've been alive.
True.
Anyway,
Steven fights this guy.
Yes, he rips the guy out of the cockpit, throws him out. He parachutes
Shoots
down. He climbs into the cockpit. Schmidt can very clearly see that he's won on that little bomb thing, and he starts firing at it. Dodges everything. I think he's hit, right? But he's not destroyed.
He's hit a little bit.
The back is hit. He flies back in through the rear of the plane.
Thank God he wasn't armed.
Yeah, I guess the exhaust crashes inside the hangar. Now there's just 2 men alive in there.
And he picks up his shield.
Picks his shield back up.
Aside
the shield landed safely in the hangar, so it was still there.
And then he goes up to the control room.
Goes after the control room. This is a pretty cool fight.
These are 2 super soldiers fighting
super
each
soldiers,
other.
yeah. And he's not in the chair. Where is he? Wait.
Well, before that.
Oh, what, are we still before it?
No.
Yeah, you're right. He's not in the chair.
He's not in the chair.
Yeah,
Steve's like, where the heck is this guy?
Where is
he? Ambushes him from behind. Bam,
Yeah.
pow, pow. I'm not going to describe a marble fight, but it's cool. And
I mean, they're punching each other.
They're
throwing each other around.
Throwing each other around.
This wall to that wall to this wall.
Okay, I guess we are describing a Marvel
And then
fight.
eventually they hit the...
He hits the autopilot.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he breaks it, right?
he gets sent flying into or near the controls because they're in like a free dive now.
And then they start hitting
hitting the ceiling, and then he has to like go
float back down,
turn it on,
fix it,
the autopilot, and then go back to the fight.
Yeah.
And at some point in the fight, the Tesseract is knocked out or pulled out.
They're on the ground at this point. Steve throws a shield at Red Skull, and he falls back into like the Tesseract container.
Yes.
Container, yeah.
And it falls out of it.
Yes. And he tries to reach for it, and he does his German scream of defeat, and he's
This is what I was trying to say.
vaporized
with
into
my
space.
Fury.
See, but the thing is, that's the Tesseract. These were energy weapons.
Powered by the Tesseract's energy.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is
Tesseract
This
is
is the full power. I don't know if I just.
I'm just saying it looks very similar. Him being whisked away looks very similar. Is all I'm trying to say.
In this scene, we see
the
his
portal.
face, his skull burning. It's like
We also see the portal.
Yeah.
we don't see that with the vaporized guys.
Yeah.
But we also see the portal. We don't see that with the vaporized guys.
I'm saying there wasn't a portal with the vaporized guy. It's an incomplete portal, and that's what's vaporizing them.
I just don't see it. But anyway, Schmidt is dead, as Cap puts it on the radio. He contacts...
He thinks he's dead.
Well, he says Schmidt's dead.
Let's just say we see space kind
we
of
see
forming
space
above him.
and then we see Schmidt get sucked in. And then
Is it kind of like a Bifrost looking
No,
teleportation?
it looks more like the space that we see in Avengers.
No, the teleporting itself, when he's being vaporized. Is it Bifrost-y?
Well, I mean, if you want to be...
It has a little bit of rainbow in it.
If you want to be, technical, they're both wormholes. They make that clear in universe that they're wormholes.
Yeah.
So they're both the same,
Visually.
like scientific structure.
Yeah.
In obviously Marvel science.
It's not really
but it's not.
Bifrosty.
It's not really Bifrost.
I just
It's
watched it. It's not
you just watched
Bifrosty.
it. It's the same portal that we're at the end of
It's
Avengers.
more lightning-y when blue lightning.
At the end of Avengers, when we see the portal above New York, it's the same sky.
Right, but that's
It
a movie
almost looks
after.
like-
I'm just
yeah.
going on based on what I've seen so far.
Well, Thor's Bifrost looks so much different.
It's a little Bifrost.
It is a little Bifrosty,
But I
'cause
guess it's not-
in that one shot. It looks like a single beam, but then when it pulls out to the wide, it looks like angled, like lightning kind of.
Anyway, so Schmidt's gone.
Electricity.
Schmidt is completely gone. We're never going to see this guy again. He's gone forever. Schmidt's completely gone. Bye-bye, Nazi.
The Tesseract falls to the
Falls
floor.
through the floor, burns through the floor, sinks into the ocean. Steve contacts the SSR on the radio, or the 107th on the radio. Peggy jumps in. Steve, where are you?
Get
We'll
out of
find
the
you a
way."
safe landing site. It's like, I can't find a safe landing site. This thing's going to blow up New York and everything.
I gotta put her in the water.
And she's begging him not to, and he's begging her, yeah, this is my choice. I have to do this.
I gotta do this.
There's no other way.
He puts the locket in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he had more time,
like, "Let's
there
set
would
a
have been
date."
another way. But there was definitely urgency. I don't blame him.
There's 100% urgency.
Like
There's
people online like to
the
say
controls
if they,
are like busted,
And there's
It's
still a
like-
lot of bombs on this
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
like people online like to say that he did not have to do that, but with the urgency involved, I don't blame him.
He had to put it somewhere there wasn't any population,
Yeah,
which is where he currently was. He was in the best place away
dispose of
from
it.
away from everywhere to dispose of all these possible bombs going off.
You know what's crazy? I just realized in the beginning of the movie when they find it, those bombs are still there. Those guys could have been blown to bits. I just realized that.
If they weren't careful enough.
Dude, imagine if they're like lasering the roof open to jump in and it just falls on one of the bombs.
Oh my God.
And it just blows up.
Up, end of movie,
End of
credit
movie,
rolls.
credit roll.
First
But
10
anyway,
minutes.
so Steve sets up the dance with Peggy.
He
Yeah.
wants a rain check.
He
He
wants
wants
a
a rain
rain
check on
check.
their dance as he's descending through the sky towards
Yeah.
the ocean and the ice. And
Peggy says
they're
a week-
talking about
a week
dancing.
next Saturday. At the
a week from this Saturday.
Stock Club. Steve says you got it.
You got it.
You got it.
8 o'clock on the dot.
They'll have the band put on something slow. I wouldn't want to step on your.
Your
He's dead.
and then tears running
Tears
down.
run down. Then they use what looks like real world footage
we get
of
a bit of
people
an
celebrating World War II's end.
And V-Day.
V-Day.
V-E Day.
Europe
V-E dash day.
Then it cuts back to the
I love that, sorry.
Howling Commandos toasting to the captain.
Yes.
And then it cuts again to Howard Stark not toasting to the captain because he's looking for the captain. They find the Tesseract in the water.
This is where the energy signature ends.
But keep searching.
Keep searching. And
How do
don't
they
find it.
not... If he's going
In a
not
straight
in
line.
a straight line.
He is going in a straight line, but the thing with that is,
he's
in
going-
the beginning of the movie, they
guess
say
the
the
planet is pretty
landscape's
big.
changing all the time, and it also looked like he had just hit ice from like he was over water, and as he
Yeah.
went down, it just then became ice.
Yeah,
Stark was looking in a submarine.
that's true. That is true. He was looking underwater.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Had they had the foresight to look for the ice, they might have had better odds, but they were looking in the wrong place.
I mean, I'm just like, you go from Alps to New York and you just trace that line. Like, I'm just like trying to think.
If you use an actual globe and you draw
I know,
a line
it's not
with
an
pencil,
actual
it's
straight,
like
yeah.
100 miles wide.
Yeah, and you
of
can
pencil.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're looking for Cap. They can't find him, and there's one last shot. Actually,
It's Peggy in the war room with the colonel.
Yeah.
yes.
They're packing up the war room. Obviously, it's over now.
Does she take the picture of him?
Well, he gives her his folder, and there's a picture of young Steve.
Yeah.
Before
well,
the
not
serum.
young Steve.
Before the serum.
Wimpy
Pre-serum.
Steve. He's
Yes.
Wimpy Steve.
He's Wimpy.
Diary of
Diary of a
Wimpy
Wimpy
Steve.
Oh my
Steve.
god, Diary of Wimpy Steve.
She takes a picture.
He's got the Steve touch.
He's got the Steve touch. Is crazy. So she keeps that folder, right?
Yeah.
That was the impression I got.
She keeps the photo. Later, we find out she has a picture of Steve on her desk.
Is that in Endgame when we see it in, or is this
Yeah,
the show?
I believe so. It's. Oh, maybe it's in the show. Maybe I'm remembering.
I've
from
only
the
seen
show.
season 1. I got to get back and finish season 2. But I'm pretty sure she does have the picture in Endgame.
Yeah,
In the-
no,
in the
I'm
time
talking
travel.
about Endgame, but maybe she does also have it in the show.
Maybe.
I'll have to
I'll have to-
rewatch the show.
Well, I'm not rewatching season 1 because there's like 10 episodes and they're all an hour.
Fair enough.
But if when I get back to season 2, I'll keep my eyes peeled. But anyway.
And the final shot of this little epilogue is kids playing in the street with like a trash can.
Yeah, trash can painted
shield.
like the shield.
He's
the
obviously
star.
made an impact on
big
the world.
impact.
Yeah.
Cut to black.
Cut to black. And then we hear
the radio.
Dodgers game?
It's a baseball game.
It's a baseball game.
Yeah. At an unspecified point. At an
Steve
unspecified
wakes up in a
date.
bedroom.
No.
Well, it starts. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's unspecified as of right now.
That's
we
what
hear
you
the
mean.
audio
Gotcha.
first. So we hear
sometimes
the audio.
when you're setting these things up, you gotta
I have a
preference. I know you have a plan.
I have a plan.
But you never cue us into it.
There's
so
always a
I
goddamn train.
Step on your toes.
I have a plan.
Because it doesn't seem like you have. Yeah, step on your Anyway, go.
So we hear the audio of the baseball game. Then it cuts to a really close up of Steve as he's waking up, and he gets his bearings.
Eyes.
Yeah, his eyes as they open, and he gets his bearings. He's in this unspecified little room,
which matches the aesthetic of like
1943.
Well, if you didn't know
era.
any better, you wouldn't say anything about that. But Steve can very clearly sense that something's amiss.
Mm-hmm.
And his first clue, as he will point out to the woman who enters and asks how he's doing, is that the game is an old game from 1941, and he knows because he was there.
He was there.
So he asks again, "Where am I?"
Where am I? And then she
And
clicks
then
the panic
she clicks
button.
the panic button, and the security comes in, and he makes a run for it.
Well,
he throws the guy through
throws
the
the guy
yeah,
through
literally
the wall.
through the fake
And
wall.
you can see that the fake walls are surrounded by more fake walls. The environment that he was in was just more fake walls.
It's like a TV screen outside the window.
No, it was literally just like a wall. Like
Yeah, no,
with the picture
it
of
was
the-
like a
the
picture of the
cityscape.
cityscape. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they build? I guess it was short notice, but why couldn't they do like a 3D image or something? Like he's gonna recognize that immediately.
I think it was just because they didn't have the
Yeah, I
time.
guess, but it's just-
I think they flew him from.
It was just so comically thrown together.
Yeah, I really just think it was because they flew him right from ice to New York City and defrosted him. There.
I can't believe they flew Cap to JFK. That's gotta.
It's
fucking
probably
suck.
really what they did.
I couldn't imagine being Cap and having to go to modern JFK.
yeah,
Who's JFK? Oh, you'll find out in 20 years, buddy.
yeah, literally.
So Steve throws the guards through the wall
He
and
makes
breaks a
his
break
way
for
out,
it.
and you can very clearly see this is a modern facility.
Yep.
And he goes from modern facility to modern city. He jumps out into the
Right
street.
into Times Square.
Times Square.
Yeah. He looks around. It's,
What a fucking
Eddie, soldier.
horrifying thought that must be to go from like in Brooklyn 1940 to Times Square.
Yeah.
In present day, what is it, 2011?
In universe, I think it's 2011.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the movie came out in 2011 too. I know some of the early
That's why I
MCU
think it's...
some of the early MCU movies are weird like that. Like Iron Man 2 takes place in like 2011, even though it came out in like 2010.
it's weird.
Hulk takes place in 2010, even though it's 2008. It's weird. They do this weird
It is
thing.
weird.
Because they did that because they wanted those 3 movies, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man 2, to be like 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve runs out
Yeah,
of Times
he runs
Square.
out of Times Square.
He's looking around. He's flabbergasted.
He can't eat. I want to say he gets his bearings, but he can't because
can't.
he's just
It's
shocked.
so overwhelming.
He's in
I mean,
just complete shock and disarray.
Then he gets
This is when
surrounded.
this is when people start to notice. Civilians are obviously looking in, but then we see shields surround him. Eddie, soldier.
soldier.
And it's Samuel Jackson, aka the guy with the eye patch.
Fury!
I wanted to break it to you slowly.
Fury!
Break what?
You've been asleep, Cap,
for almost 70 years.
Well, Steve
You
says,
gonna be okay?
I
had a date.
end of movie.
Cut to credits. Now, this is the part where we would talk about the post-credit scene, except there really isn't one
No,
because
it's
it's literally
just
just
a
a
scene
trailer.
in the movie.
It's a scene from Avengers 1 and then a trailer for Avengers
Yeah,
1.
it's just him doing the. I mean, it's a little. I mean,
It's not a post. It's really
no. Yeah.
It's just a trailer.
functionally
It's
it's a
sort-
post-credit scene, but it's not a post-credit scene.
Yeah. It's like they have that post-credit scene and then they go into the trailer is what I'm trying to say, but like it really isn't because it's just a scene from
It's literally
Avengers.
just Avengers 1 that scene.
I know. It's literally that one scene of him trying to get Cap back into the world, trying to save it. You know, like
When movies end and it's the credits, obviously they're playing music from the movie, be it either from the soundtrack or the score. And near the end of the credits, I think one of the last songs, if not the last song they play, is the Captain America theme song where he's on tour. And I know realistically that this song was not recorded in 1945. But with the credits, you know, everything's over and the credits are rolling and they're playing this like upbeat song that's supposed to be like really old. You ever see those videos of like people from like 1910 or even 1940 and like you just get this feeling everyone here's dead. Everyone died of old age before I was born. You ever get that feeling when you watch like old footage?
What do you mean? Like everyone, like
the actors.
If you watch a
clip
are dead now.
from like 1910, everyone in that clip is dead.
Yes.
Do you ever get like that melancholic feeling?
Oh, like
I could-
realizing
I get
that those people
listening to
are
that
dead.
song in the credits, which doesn't really make sense because it's not an old song.
I mean, they got the vibe.
But it just gives that vibe of like this is
It's
over
also
and
not
this is all we have left.
attached to anyone old.
Yeah, I know that. But like it's just like the
It has that vibe.
it has that
yeah.
vibe of like everything's over and this music doesn't really fit in with the theme of this is over. Something's like not matching and
well, isn't that the
and
theme
then
of
the
like
movie
Captain
ends.
America at this point?
yeah. But like it gave me that feeling, which I thought, you know, and every time I see the movie and it ends, that's just what I
Well,
feel.
it's a fitting end to the movie.
It is.
It's the end of the movie. And all his friends, it's everyone in this movie that we have seen is now extremely, extremely old or dead.
I'm pretty sure they say flat out that they're all dead except for Peggy.
Peggy's the That's
Or
why.
off-
That's why.
Or just elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he says in Winter Soldier,
Thank
all
you.
the guys from my barbershop quartet are dead. So no, I don't have plans.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like there could be like someone else in the army, like not just
Okay,
his
yeah, there's
barbershop.
World War II veterans.
Exactly.
From the 107th.
Thank you.
But all his friends are dead.
Yes, all the close knit ones are dead.
So what do we think? Just final thoughts.
This is a
It was a pretty great movie.
This
I
was
know
really
I
good.
said
This is a
at the
fantastic
beginning
movie.
that I went into it and I didn't really love it as much the first dozen times, but I still think it's a great movie.
I left this movie wanting to rewatch it. I came back wanting to rewatch it. I rewatched it, and I still want to watch it again.
I suspect my thought was because I've rewatched it so many more times than the others, even like Iron Man. Like it's my favorite Phase 1 movie, I think, even still.
Wow.
I know that's kind of a not hot topic,
Hot take.
hot take. But yeah, I really like the movie.
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yes,
with this
I really
one. I had a really good time with it.
I just enjoy this movie a lot.
I still think Iron Man 1's like a notch above it.
I can definitely
I
see that.
I still like
Cap
Iron
is a
Man
very
more.
good
I
second.
really,
I
really
really
like
do.
Captain America 1. Like a lot of
You can't beat Iron Man for me.
that's definitely supremely fair. But another thing about that, like people like to say, oh, you know, Marvel's always been mid. They have like some mid movies and some really good ones. Really?
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen all of them now
Join me
up
my
to
side,
Avengers.
They all went pretty.
They were all
solid.
pretty good.
Nice,
They
solid.
were like good at worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even Hulk and Thor, the two that people like to point to, those are good movies.
Yeah, they're still good. We don't really get to like the shaky ground.
Until like Thor 2.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't seen and we will get to eventually.
But before that, to wrap
Yes.
things up, next time we'll be watching the big one.
The big one.
The big one!
We're watching Avengers.
We're watching Avengers.
I can't wait. I literally fucking can't wait. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna watch it like 4 times before we meet.
That's crazy.
You think I'm joking?
I don't
either.
think you're
I'm
joking.
not really joking. I love this movie so much. I
don't
love
wanna, like-
Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers is fun, and this movie was really good.
It was also really
Yes, this movie was really great.
I am looking forward to the Avengers, which we will see next time. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all had fun, and I hope you have more fun next time when we watch Marvel's The Avengers. Woo! See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Personality.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
he's just
he's
a guy
stayed humble.
who happens to be Captain America, and I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
Down to earth.
Exactly. Mike could pick that one up. Good grief.
I heard it. You're gonna have to cut that out. Get to the plot.
All right.